Going with the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, love the energy there. Oh, a 1-point game from both Coach and Nate. Shout out to Nate for choosing my Baltimore Ravens. We appreciate you. Let's see here. And Matt Ryan going to choose my Ravens. Let's go. We got to get Streamlabs up so I can get betting starting. And Pterodome, if you're still there, I appreciate you. If not, I appreciate you just for even dropping in, homie. As always. Getting into my Streamlabs one moment here. Hey now, say now. Big face Buddha, get my peace from within. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Sorry, I was having to hype myself up before the game. You know, I'm sitting here drinking some Crown, and I was like, you know what? Let's put on the GNX album real quick. Yesterday, somebody whacked out my mural. That energy make move to Europe, but for me, it's the regular. Let's see how betting. Bills. Oh, of course, they referencing out here Edgar Allan Poe, and welcome in, Pterodome, man. I appreciate you for hopping in, brother. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. I know I'm super excited for this game. This game I feel like's bigger than if we win and go play the Chiefs. I've been very vocal. I want the Chiefs, man. I want them. And hopefully I'm going to get them. Hold on one second. I got to move a chair. But, of course, it is a cold day over there in Buffalo. I think the game temp is expected to be around 15 degrees or so. Both teams rushed for over 200 rushing yards in their wild card wins. Derrick Henry, of course, in that game last week against the Steelers, tied Terrell Davis for the most playoff games with 150-plus rushing yards with 4. Looking to hopefully take the all-time record today, we're hoping. What up, David? But we're hoping Derrick Henry is going to take that all-time playoff record from Terrell Davis today. Of course, last time the Baltimore Ravens played the Buffalo Bills was week 4. Derrick Henry went off for 199 rushing yards. Of course, the Buffalo Bills at that time were definitely having their own defensive struggles. No Teron Johnson, their starting nickelback. Basically almost like another safety in the box in a sense, too. Great tackler. He's going to, of course, be back here for this game. I believe Terrell Bernard missed that game as well. I think they did have Matt Milano. That or they might have been missing both of them. But either way, Terrell Bernard, Matt Milano goes for the Buffalo Bills today. And definitely going to be a matchup to keep an eye on, those two against Derrick Henry throughout the day. Of course, the Bills made the trade for Amari Cooper later in the season before the trade deadline, which I feel like they desperately needed. I love Keon and I love Khalil, but they needed to be 2 and 3 essentially instead of 1 and 2. Amari kind of allows them to move like that and play like that. Ravens, of course, lead the all-time series against the Buffalo Bills, 7-5. The last playoff matchup came in the divisional playoff where the Bills did beat the Ravens, but Lamar exited with a concussion. So it'd be like that. One of the things I'm keeping an eye out here for Flock today, of course, we expect this to be a heavy running game from both teams. However, I noticed a big change in the philosophy, basically, and how they were running their passing concepts. What was it? I think earlier on in the season, I went through several weeks and basically found, they they were running like 10 to 11 short passes at the line of scrimmage or more. It's now mostly down to about 5 or 6 at the line of scrimmage per game, but it almost never drops below that. There's definitely, they favor running to the left behind Dawkins, which, I mean, we do the same thing, and Ronnie Stanley. The 23 carries that went last week in their wild card matchup primarily looks like they went left. So keep an eye on that. That could have been, of course, influenced by the defensive fronts they were getting. I feel that Josh Allen has a little bit of favor to the left side when passing. And again, that might be coverage and, different things, game plan designed, how they're lining up, but it looks like more of the passes favored the left side. And then, of course, recently they've been doing so much work, not at the line of scrimmage, but 5 yards past is where the current passing game is. Sitting into soft zones, basically, in between the corners and the linebackers. I'm sure Dawson Knox, Kincaid, and Shakir are a big part of that game plan, while also stressing hard over the middle. Couple good completions over the middle on those charts, it looks like. And I'm guessing that threat over the middle is what opens up that soft coverage in between the linebacker and the cornerback. And so that's where I'm looking to see if Josh Allen takes a lot of shots. And I'm telling you, they're going to be, if they are passing, I feel like it's going to be a lot of those little 5-yard quick shots in the pockets that we talked about. Very interested to see if they favor a side as well. What up, Kenny? Yep. Lamar's legs really opened up the game plan like they're talking about here last week. And, of course, we're sipping on some Crown and Croak today, ladies and gentlemen. We got our Missions Barbecue Cup. Missions, I guess, actually started in Baltimore. So it's a Baltimore-based barbecue company. They put out these special cups to donate to certain charities and stuff like that. This one designated to the Global War on Terrorism. As it says, the Global War on Terrorism Memorial Foundation leads the effort to plan, fund, and build the National GWOT Memorial on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., on a site befitting the historical significance of the service in this war. Cheers. Actually, kidding. What's funny about that is I actually just woke up not too long ago myself. We had a crazy, the overnights and all that, just tired as hell. And we basically went and got some food, got some, drinks and stuff, did all our stops earlier, came home, ate, and just crashed and took a nap. Took that great, midday nap for a few hours. Woke up. And I was like, I need to get ready. I need to get in the mood. Put on some headphones, put on GNX album from Kendrick, a.k.a. K-Dot, and started drinking a little bit, and that'll get you going for sure. Dear football gods. Is that Matthew McConaughey with Christian McCaffrey? I don't think football's trying to sell you food. Oh, what are you eating, Jerry? Rice. Jerry's eating rice. Huh. Oh, my God. Oh. For those that don't know, too, you might see me grab my side a little here and there. In the gym the other day, I was doing my box jump. I did the first jump. Felt like I pulled something. I should have stopped. I jumped again like a dumbass. Definitely really tore something. If I was legitimately wondering if I had a hernia and was wondering if I needed to go to the hospital for the past week. I'm pretty sure at this point what I have is a grade 2 to 3, probably not a 3 because that's muscle coming off the bone. But a high grade 2, maybe to 3, external oblique injury. and it has just been destroying me. Small chance my hiatal hernia got bigger because I do have a small hiatal hernia, but I don't think generally you feel hiatal hernias, which I think is wild. A hiatal hernia is pushing in your diaphragm, but it's just like all down, all the way up to like here on my side. That long muscle is what I felt immediately. And like I was feeling better at one point, and then I lifted something like. And I feel like sometimes they are almost like not Charlie horsing, but cramping like a little bit. Oh, what up, CJ? Welcome in, my boy. How you doing tonight? They're hyping this game up, man. Come on. You know, I love Matt Ryan said the big play is actually going to come from Justice Hill in this game, which might be interesting. Not a lot of big inactives here for the Ravens. Bo Braid, Marsheen Ali, Marcus Williams, Adisa Isaac, Samak. No Khair Elam, which I think is one of the second safeties for Buffalo. But relatively to that, pretty healthy. They made sure to heat the stadium before the game. CJ says, I'm missing myself some Mission Barbecue. I moved down to Mount Maryland 8. Yeah, I'm just lucky. I didn't even know they were originally a Baltimore place, but we go so often. The owner knows us. I'm sorry, I was listening to the Buffalo chant there. But yeah, we go so often. I've got like 3 or 4 different cups. I basically get new ones every time. And under the helmet, Slay held Puka Nacua on that last play. You know the Giants fans are livid. Hey, congrats to and they're talking about Justin Tucker. Is Justin Tucker going to be able to deliver here? And I was wondering why I didn't see him always on the kickoffs anymore. So they took Tucker off all of the kickoffs just to make his leg feel better. And that's why Jordan Stout's been out there. And Tucker looks like he's already in his own head, bro. I don't like the way he's pacing. That kind of scares me almost. And Buffalo's going to defer. Let me zoom this in. And here we go. Buffalo kicking the ball away here. And we're going to get a return. That's Keaton Mitchell. And he runs into the back of another Raven. So that's not a good way to start there. And just short of the 30. So it looks like about the 26. Hey, I see TJ Tampa Jr. on special teams. Good to see that young man in there. I really hope he steps up in a different way today. And here comes the Ravens. They're pumping in these extra noise. I can hear the siren noises going off here. 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. Under center. That guy almost looks like he's offsides for the defense, but no call. And Henry going left side, maybe a yard. And Buffalo almost looked like they were offsides, I felt like. But, and here we go, 2nd and 9. All right, Ravens. Need to go out there and knock somebody in the mouth here. We got a second we got shotgun, strong right. Sims, that's going to be a run play. It is. Handoff going left and only about a yard or 2 and going to bring up 3rd and I'm guessing about 8. And that's a tell for me when 18 is in for the Ravens, it's a run. I saw that last week. I don't know why Sims is getting the snaps there, but whenever he's in there, the Ravens are running. And they've got somebody with binoculars looking at the Ravens sideline from up top, it looks like. So Ravens need to be careful about their communications. 3rd and 8. Buffalo showing blitz. They back out, only bring 4. Lamar buying time. He's going to climb the pocket. He's going to run for it. And he's got the first down as Teron Johnson makes the tackle. But, man, if Lamar could have got away from Johnson, Justice Hill had a lead block, and it would have been an extra 10 yards here. And Buffalo said they're going to make – and what up, Captain? Appreciate you. Welcome in, Sponge. Congratulations, my boy. But it's one of those ones where Buffalo said they're going to make Baltimore beat them with Lamar's arm. Snow is coming down here in Buffalo. First team in NFL history have a 1,000-yard rusher and a 2,000-yard rusher, the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar buying time, and he's got, oh my God! And Derrick Henry makes the worst drop we've ever seen. That's just unfortunate. I wish Lamar could have got it a little closer to him, but Henry was already thinking about running after the ball here. Oh my God, that's a horrible drop. Oh, that's unfortunate. And Lamar definitely upset after that. Look at the snow. Heavy wind, too. Blowing, it looks like at Lamar's back. We've got a little RPO. Lamar, takes a shot likely! And he's down at the 25-yard line of the Bills as Lamar rolls out right and delivers a dart. Oh my God. Lamar on his own 35, rolls right. He's at his own 35. All eyes on Lamar. No one goes with Likely, and Lamar just puts it up there. Likely actually makes an incredible spinning back shoulder catch here. Tucks it and runs. What a play. CCU. Run going left. Henry pulling some linemen with him, and that's going to be about a 2-yard gain. We got 11:50 here in the first quarter. I have to be careful not to jump too hard and not re-tear my oblique, to be honest with you guys. I'm trying so hard to not but I'm going to be honest, I am feeling it so hard. Come on, give me another reason to give that Likely meme. Buffalo showing some pressure here. Little play action. Lamar, great pocket. Short pass. Going to be Likely again. Makes the first man miss. And, takes a shot to the helmet, but he's fine. And he's walking away here. 3rd and 5 officially with less than 11 minutes left in the first quarter. Baltimore with a great opening drive so far. Knocking on wood. Oh, Kenny says, Bateman, I must be a play behind. What's crazy is I'm watching this game through Paramount. I should have this about Lamar all day over the middle. Bateman! And Bateman with another easy touchdown over the middle. He said, feed me! They say I'm rapping with hunger. I say, hell no, I'm eating. And God, they said, beat us with your arm. And Lamar said, bet. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, Bateman. Got to put up the Bateman gif one more time. And PAT good. And with that, Baltimore takes an early 7-0 lead. 10:40 left. No, Zay is actually not playing. It'll be nice to get Zay back, though. But I've told everyone for years that Bateman's got the potential to be a number one. He doesn't. All right, so Bateman doesn't have speed like, Zay Marquise, Marquise Goodman, like that 4.3 speed, Xavier Worthy, but he's got plenty of speed. Plenty. He's been on the NFL's top speed list plenty of times. Does he have that elite size? Is he like over 6'4"? Well, no, he doesn't have that either. He's like, if I'm not wrong, 6'1" to 6'2", which is a great size for a wide receiver, in my opinion. Bateman, in my opinion, if I had to put a comparison on the type of wide receiver he could become, I feel like it's actually very similar to Devontae. He wins with very good route running. He knows how to get in and out of his routes. He's got great solid hands. He can make big catches, and he's got speed to go deep as well. And that's why I like him. And I've always been in his corner. There's been a lot of Raven fans that actually turned on Bateman over these past few years. Which, don't get me wrong, there was reason to critique with the injuries and stuff, but the moment that dude signed that extension, I didn't want to hear any more of that talk from any of the Ravens flock, and it just killed me hearing it all the time. What up, my boy, Truckman Pusha? How you doing today? Ravens standing on business. Oh my God, my ribs. Shouldn't say it's like my ribs, but it's just like everywhere, man. Oh, I totally messed up. I just realized my own command. Sponsored by H&R Block. Remember, it's tax season. Oh my God, I'm dying. And my God, the snow's coming down even harder. Truckman Pusha said Eagles, Ravens, Super Bowl. I know, my prediction's already wrong. I'm not going to lie. At least on the NFC side, that is. Oh, Tony Romo says, I got a feeling that the Ravens make history today, was what he just said out here. And fun fact for this game, of course, this game is in Buffalo. They've released stats that like 12%, I think, or 17% of the tickets were bought from the Baltimore area. I mean, there's supposed to be a decent amount of Raven fans in the stadium, which is pretty exciting. Excuse me. Here comes Buffalo. Strong left. Allen already making an alert. Shakir in motion. Gonna look right. Cuts back left. He's going deep down the left sideline, and Brandon Stevens in coverage, but misses. Matt Collins on the play. And I already told y'all, if y'all weren't here for the early game, we were breaking down the throw charts, the run charts. Josh Allen favors throwing to his left side. They favor running to that side, but that's also because they have Deion Dawkins on the left side for the left tackle, Pro Bowl left tackle. But and there's Josh Allen already taking a shot to that left corner, which if you look at his throw charts, he takes those shots. So we're right on par with what our expectation of their game plan was so far. Ravens look like they're playing a little bit of man coverage here. Run going up the gut and nowhere, as Nnamdi Madubuike is there with Kyle Hamilton. And Kyle's letting somebody know that he's there. 3rd and 8 for Buffalo. And they're showing the offensive line here. Osiris Torrance on the right guard's position. Matt Collins is a wild dude. For those that don't know, Matt Collins walk around barefoot. He's a true hippie. Loves showing people how to fix stuff. Ravens look like they've got a cover 2 man look here. 2 high safeties, but man across the board. Going to bring probably just 4 rushers. They do. Allen going deep, and he's got a man. Brandon Stevens looks like he got beat by Khalil Shakir on looked like just a straight vertical. I'm guessing this was a cover 2. They ran 3 verticals, I'm guessing, to push the safeties out away here. Oh, that's 100% on whoever's I think that was Kyle Hamilton. And Ty Johnson with a big run going right side and just short of a first down. That looked like, so they only ran 2 verticals there, but they were both right sides. So Darius went with the first one, but Kyle looked like he should have came and helped Brandon Stevens over a little bit. Couldn't really see the full left side on the screen, honestly, so there could have been a wide receiver possibly threatened to start pushing vertically that side. But it looks like Brandon was thinking he had some over-top help there. 2nd and 2. I expect a run here from Buffalo. It is going right side. And, he's going to lose or get maybe back to the line of scrimmage, about a half yard. Going to bring up 3rd and about 1 yard here. 8:35 on the clock. So it's so frustrating, Kenny. Someone was doing a breakdown on Brandon Stevens. He's so great athletically. He gets there. But like they showed a concept where every Raven on the field was playing outside leverage. And then he was the lone guy playing inside leverage, even though he had help inside. And then he got beat outside on the throw. So sometimes it seems like he's just, and they go QB run. And Tavius Robinson makes a huge play. The former 5th round pick. 2nd year, man. Someone the Ravens are definitely looking to develop here. And he's going to be on the end here, the edge. Crashing. And yep, he read the quarterback. He read it beautifully. Great play. 4th and 2 here for Buffalo. And they're going for it. Go to 40, go to 40. Allen's saying go to 40, go to 40. Are they about to target him in man coverage here? And they're running. And Josh Allen sneaks by as Harrison, number 40, shoots a gap, but it's the wrong gap. And Allen cuts up to the left. Go to 40, go to 40. Yep. Basically, they pulled a guard. They were telling, or was that Dion they pulled, the left tackle? Either way, they pulled someone from the left side. They told him who to go get. He went and got him. I mean, that's one of those ones that kills me. You know what's coming, bro. They're attacking you. And Cook with a run. And Darius Washington with a big saving tackle up, but not after a big gain from Cook. 8 yards, I'm sorry. And Cook, this run going right, just cuts this all the way back left. Gets away from Marlon Humphrey. Looks like he might have had a hold of one of the dreads, but let go. Oh, he was trying to get, I don't know if he let go, but Cook got away. You saw his face. You know that dread pull hurt. Bills in the red zone here. Ravens could use a clutch turnover. Run going up the middle. Cook's got the first down, but tackled at the 5. So 1st and goal for the Bills. This is where the Ravens need to buckle down. Kenny says James Cook is the Buffalo Bills' best running back since Thurman. Man, you might not be wrong on that, honestly, Kenny. You might not be wrong, homie. And they've got 3 really good running backs in James Cook, Ty Johnson, and Ray Davis, the rookie out of Kentucky this year. Honestly, great running back room. 1st and goal. Come on, Ravens. You know what they want. Let's go stop it. Ravens with only 2 down linemen here. Run. And Cook. And that's wild to me that you've only got 2 guys in 3 tech, down, basically, with both outside linebackers standing. You're in a pure pass rush package on the 5-yard line. No. Just no. Josh Allen's got so much running threat himself. You need to be I didn't like it. And 2nd and goal. Ball on the 1-yard line here Ravens might be expecting a QB sneak. It's definitely going to be a run going right. They actually changed it. They're going left. No, it is right. And he's in. And guys, like, all right, let's talk about this for a minute. This is frustrating to watch. This is really frustrating. There's Ray Davis. Congrats to Ray Davis. Let me talk about this. They pointed where they were going to run the ball. Watch the replay. Oh, they didn't show it on the replay. So on the replay, it was a stacked wide receiver formation right. That's why I said run right immediately. Then on top of that, they're pointing who they're going to get, who to go block, how to execute. They're basically saying, hey, they're not going to play this right. Even if we say it out loud, we're still going to execute and outbeat them here. And that's exactly what they did. Please, for the love of God, if there's ever been the smallest sliver of a chance that someone in the box office of the Ravens is listening to me, please talk to the coaches. They called Malik Harrison out by number and then ran right at him. They then pointed out exactly how they were going to block. Now, don't get me wrong. When they ran the motion off of it, after that guy pointed it out, they knew they were just trying to take a man away to get the man like number, basically. They know they'd rather take the number advantage than overcrowd and be predictable. I do that shit all the time in Madden myself if I have faith in that side and especially in my runner. Like, they literally told you twice where they were going to run the ball. Twice. I don't agree with the goal line formation on the 5-yard line. Like, come on, man. It's so frustrating, man. Oh, yeah, thanks for... And with that Ray Davis touchdown, we've got a tie football game. I can't even see what your logo is, homie, to be honest with you. It's not like StreamYard where I can see it super easy. But Kenny likes it, so that's all that matters, right? That's so frustrating that they called twice where they were going to go. That's worse. Like, that's them letting you know where they're going to go, and they still ran it over you twice. That does not inspire me on the defensive side of the football. But I'm really hoping somebody, a.k.a. Roquan, is going to let somebody know on the sideline, I guess Dean Pease, who's really running this defense, and, you know, I just hate how everything that I predicted how this was going to go is going right now. Everywhere where the passes have landed, I talked about pregame. Like, literally called where they were going twice on the play only because they told me where they were going. Bateman has scored and Ray Davis has scored, Steve-O, by the way. And Keaton Mitchell going to get another chance to return here. Got some speed and he gets leveled. And I'm glad to see he's up, but he's got to start realizing you don't go full speed into it like that, man. You've got to be more careful. Oh, that was a helmet to helmet. Throw the flag. .438 as Lamar gets started here for the second one. Him and Derrick Henry are clearing some kind of confusion. Henry handoff up the middle, and I mean, it was kind of clear at the very beginning. He had to tell, Henry what was going on. I love your, playoff Lamar, yet Lamar's played outstanding so far, Steve-O. No worries. Unless something else just happened that I don't know about yet, which might be happening. 2nd and 11. Trips left, stacked in line. Likely the man in motion. Lamar looking right, going deep down the right side. Oh my God. And now I know what y'all are talking about. My God. What a horrible interception by Lamar Jackson. That's Tyler Rapp. And what a horrible play. And he goes and does the Lambeau leap in Buffalo, getting some love from the fans. And I really wonder what Lamar saw in that play. I really hope they'll show a replay, honestly. What's so crazy, Steve-O, is as Kenny and Steve-O know, I'm behind. But what's wild is I'm watching this game on Paramount Plus, which I paid for. Which is so wild that I pay for this service for Paramount for CBS, and I'm still behind. Absolutely wild. It's one of the reasons I like Amazon. Amazon, when I pay for Amazon's NFL product, I get the product in live time like I'm supposed to. Now, don't get me wrong. The quality of the game last time on Amazon, what was it, Christmas Day, was horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I will admit, CBS, the quality of the broadcast has not once ever dropped. Which might be why it's behind. They might do that for buffering, basically. Azo, how far are you behind? I guess I'm like a play or two behind, but I saw the interception. I'm still waiting to fucking see what happened. That's what I really want to see, is what was Lamar looking at there? But here's the thing. If you were here in the first half, you might have heard me comment. It looks like the wind is at Lamar's back, which means the ball is going to sail and go super deep on you. And it feels like Lamar and the Ravens kind of forgot that already. It looks like that. I have a feeling that ball just sailed on Lamar because there's like 20 mile per hour winds right now. Let's see, dropping to 8 degrees in the evening, 40% chance of snow. So there's about a 5 to 10 mile per hour gust. That's not terrible, actually. But my guess is that ball sailed on him, basically. Because right now, in the first quarter, I think the wind is behind Lamar. In the second quarter, it'll be against him. I'd have to get another good look at this. Looks like it's coming down sideways, actually, now. 1st and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line of the Bills. Allen. Good pocket over the middle and tackled by Malik Harrison. That's Dalton Kincaid, and he's got a first down. What up, my boy, Chimera? How you doing? For those that don't know, Chimera is our local Bills fan. Yeah, ball just sails on Lamar. Yeah. He got rushed through the ball early and Tomlin. Oh, and Cook going nowhere on the run. He's going to lose 2 yards. And finally, the Ravens seem to make a play. Hey, there's Chimera coming in with his betting. Oh, my God. He's telling everyone my bad after that play. I bet he is. Yeah, you can't throw that ball in a playoff game, man. You cannot. 2nd and 12. Allen looking right, goes back over the middle. Wide open man, and 3rd and 3 officially here. That's wild. I must be so far behind. Oh, we've got a flag on the play. Holding against Buffalo, and the boos are coming out in Buffalo. And the fans look like they're watching a replay saying WTF. So it's going to be against Ojabo. Oh, that's not a hold. Buffalo got robbed. Buffalo got robbed on that. That was a bad call. And Dion's telling the ref that was not. Empty backfield here for the Bills. 2nd and 22. I'm going to guess a halfback motion into the backfield. Let's see if they do. Oh my God, and the Ravens jumped. That's Oweh. And so here's the cue that you knew this was going to be a hard count with a halfback motion into the backfield. Ty Johnson was lined up all the way at the X. That's a clear sign usually that they're going to try to hard count you and then slide him in. Oh my God, dude. Come on, guys. What is this right now? 2nd and 17 for the Bills. 1:55 on the clock. Let's go Oweh. Let's go Oweh. And empty backfield. Deadpool. They're calling out somebody's number again. Ravens bring pressure, and Allen's going to go down for the sack. Let's go. Kyle Van Noy comes. Oh, and we've got some flopping going on from the Bills here. Kincaid's gone down. Looked like he was definitely trying to flop and sell that. Let's see if we get a replay. That's wild, dude. That far ahead of me. That's a little bit of a shove. It's definitely a little bit of a flop, but a little bit of shove. 3rd and 17. 1 minute left. Strong right here. And Ravens got good pressure. Allen's just going to throw this ball away, hoping probably for a pass interference, but it's way too far downfield. 4th and 17. Punt team comes out for the Bills as Ravens make a huge stand. Let's watch. Tony Romo saying there's a communication error. Oh, yeah. The Bills definitely miscommunicated. The entire Bills offensive line slid to their right, and Kyle Van Noy came clean off the left side. Praise the defense. Like, oh, Azo, you got a new. I can't really see your new thing, but you've got a new one. Azo, one of the members here on the channel, gets exclusive access, and fair catch at the 9-yard line for the Ravens. So here comes Lamar after the interception with 41 seconds left in the first. I'm going to go grab a drink while they... No, wait. I'm going to wait till after the first quarter, because after the first quarter, there'll be a longer commercial. So, and Terradome, I was talking about it actually earlier. Hey, Azo coming in. Let's go. My boy. Member for 12. Oh, you got the Joe Flacco. Azo's such a member of the flock. He's got that veteran Super Bowl winning image now beside his name. He got the Joe Flacco beside him. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's going to go like Joe Flacco to like Ed Reed or Ray Lewis. I think the final boss of the member logos is Jonathan Ogden. The true OG Hall of Famer for the Ravens. Guys, on this beautiful Sunday, I just want to add that our flagship, the USS Boner, will be receiving a shipment of Love is Pain t-shirts to the West Coast soon. Oh my gosh. Have I funded your PC upgrade? You know what's funny about that, Azo, is I actually need to... I reached my first ever payout for YouTube, so I really need to do that, and I need to do my payout for the StubHub. I need to do his payout for the oh my god, Fanatic jersey. And with that, I'm starting to get close. I actually, and then I got a gift card for Christmas that I have to just go get it all set up. But hopefully for Super Bowl, I have my Mike Boone set up back, which would be super cool. I wish I had enough all left on it to buy some of the PC parts that I need. But we're getting there, kind of like. Oh, Chimera, I absolutely agree. That holding call was absolute garbage, man. Why did it delete your comment made in Taiwan, Kenny? I saw Streamlabs deleted that. That's fucking wild. That's wild. You know what, Steve-O? And I told someone, I said, man, I feel like the aggressiveness of Campbell's going to come back to bite him in the playoffs again, and it did. But I really want to go to the NFL scouting combine this year, like live. I'm really thinking about it. It's in Indianapolis. I really want to go to the draft, which is in Green Bay this year, which would be so fucking cool to go to. 41 seconds. Ravens in a strong eye here. Strong left. You definitely can expect a run going left. It does. Oh, Henry! And he's got what looks like to be the first down. And good, strong running up the middle off the left guard. And great block there by Charlie Kolar. Give the young man from Iowa State, or Iowa State, some love. Either way, I'm sorry. But my God. Terrell, Derrick Henry tied Terrell Davis last week for the most 150-yard rushing games in playoff history with 4. If he gets at least 150 rushing yards in this game, Derrick Henry will break history, which Tony Romo has been talking about since the beginning of the game. I got a feeling the Ravens are going to break NFL history today. And final play of the first quarter, run going left to Hill. And Hill bouncing outside left and out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him just a yard short, 8 or 9 yards, and that's the end of the first quarter. Tony Romo also said he thinks Justice Hill's going to have that game-breaking play for the Ravens, and I truly hope so, man. Yeah, the internet's getting wild. We did get TikTok back today for a little bit, so. Yeah, he did look like Jim Brown on that one. Terradome, what's really terrifying me right now is the way I love Keaton Mitchell. Keaton Mitchell was on my draft special. Keaton Mitchell wouldn't got out of the draft if I was a GM in the NFL. I definitely would have blown a 7th round pick. I would have pulled a Ravens and traded back into the 7th round to go get him 100%. But Keaton Mitchell is returning a lot of these kicks today. And while I love the energy that he's bringing, I feel like he's being too aggressive. And I'm slightly worried he's going to knock himself out cold and fumble the ball. And what I would love nothing more is him to just take a deep breath. Attack it with speed, but will also run with patience. Let your blockers set up and find a hole. Burst through a hole. Don't burst into people. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little terrified out of it. I know, he's finally coming in and run. Rivera had a head coaching interview? Dang it. Oh, were you hoping to bring Rivera in for your defensive coordinator, Steve-O? And if so, actually, that would have been a fucking genius idea. That would have been, I feel like, y'all Steve Spagnuolo, 100%. Do you know where the head coaching interview was, Steve-O? That has a big impact. And if anyone else is interviewed for it. Bundle save. Isn't she just saying bundle and save? Bundle save. That was actually a pretty funny State Farm commercial, but fuck State Farm. State Farm is 100% responsible for pulling out of their insurance for a ton of those California homes right before the fire. Absolutely grimy and potentially illegal behavior, but they probably... Here's the thing. What State Farm did is borderline illegal to California. However, they know There's someone they pay millions of dollars a year probably in risk assessment and management. And that guy said, well, this might be legal, but here's the thing. We can do this, and maybe someone will bring a class action lawsuit against us. That lawsuit will cost us less than actually covering all these homes after the fire. And that's the griminess of corporations. How do I know? Because I've done risk assessment and management. Tears. There's tears here. 2nd and 1. Little, wishbone formation here from the Ravens. Justice Hill going to keep it, I think. He does. Got the first down. Oh, he trucks the first Bill. Still going. And he's got a first down run and some. And that first truck was vicious. I don't expect that out of Justice Hill. And he's talking some smack after the play, too. My God. Azo says, eat the rich. Eat the rich. Oh, sorry. That'll get my stream taken down pretty quickly, Hill. God. Too funny. Jeff Weber, evening, just got in from plowing the snow. Hey, you just use a flamethrower. That's the southern redneck thing to do. 1st and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line of the Ravens here. Likely the man in motion. Lamar. Oh, he escapes the pocket. He's running right. Got some blockers. And got a first down and some. Good job to dive and protect himself there. I hope he's wearing that back plate today. He took a knee to the back last week, and I was like, he's going to be pissing blood, bro. And this is just a little short concept passing here. Great pass blocking by the Ravens. Linderbaum, Falele, Rosengarten all doing a great job on the play. Just great rep by the O-line across the board. 1st and 10. 13:35 left here in the second quarter. Ravens on the 45 of the Bills. Oh, Lamar gets tripped up, and he's going to lose like 5 yards on the play. Not sure who his foot got tripped on, but that's a common theme for the Ravens over the years. Lamar gets usually tripped up by people, and he gets tripped up on Linderbaum, actually. And Linderbaum got beat on the play bad, just got pushed backwards into Lamar. That's rough. Yeah, I'd agree with you, Terry Dome. I wish he would have ran out of bounds on that play. Bill's showing a lot of pressure. Oh, and what a pass right over the hands of the Bills linebacker. Almost an interception. Isaiah Likely with a great catch, and that's just past the original line of scrimmage. So 6-yard gain, 3rd and 9 officially. And what a pass. Just gets it past, I think that's Terrell Bernard. Yeah, and congrats to the Eagles for beating the Rams. What a game. 3rd and 9. Bills showing pressure again. Looks like they're going to bring a corner blitz. They back out. Over the middle. Got a man. And that's Anthony Miller. And he's tackled at looks like the 26-yard line. As Anthony Miller, once again, like last week, coming in with a clutch catch for the Ravens on 3rd down. Oh my God, I am in so much pain right now. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Oh my God. There's a small chance that I could have a hernia, and it's not a oblique strain. I have not gone to a doctor. Your boy does not have insurance. And I live in Florida where they hate poor people. 1st and 10. That's officially the 28-yard line. And Bills run a guy up here. Bring a corner blitz this time. And oh no, Andrews drops ones this time. And that would have been a gain of 8 or 9 yards. Hits Andrews right in the hand. Oh, God. Y'all are starting to... Oh, no. Y'all have seen something that I haven't seen, and I'm terrified now. Oh, no. And that's a second drop on the Ravens. That 2nd and 10. Oh, man. Bad snap. Lamar. Oh, and he fumbles it. Oh, my God. And it is a fumble 6. Von Miller's got it. Justice Hill, oh, makes a touchdown saving tackle. And the Bills have a strip sack fumble return. And Damar Hamlin, who strips it, Von Miller recovers. And a bad snap as Linderbaum seems to be having issues against the Bills. And Lamar's got to hold the ball better, man. And Justice Hill, what an effort by Justice Hill to run down there and try to punch that ball out. And looks like it hits Linderbaum's leg or butt maybe when he snaps it. I don't know. It just looked... And my God, that's just rough, man. Twice now, Linderbaum tripped Lamar, and then Linderbaum with a bad snap. I don't know if we need to get a hand warmer for Linderbaum or what's going on. And Ravens really need to come away with a turnover here now, as a run right by the Bills puts them basically on the edge of the red zone. He laid it right on the ground, and he rolled it a little too. Yep. God, dude, like... And like Terry was saying, you can't turn the ball over against quality opponents. It's the first game in the season with 2 giveaways. That's wild. Baltimore has played such great mistake-free football all season, but 2 turnovers. But, you know, it ain't over, guys. It ain't all, you know, despair. It's a lot of football left. A lot of football left. Over the middle, and you could tell the Ravens are trying to punch the ball out here. And Shakir tackled at the 5-8 yard line. Either way, a 1st and goal here for the Bills. And Shakir, just a little delayed slant route there. Marlon Humphrey in coverage, and Marlon's trying to get that ball out. Handoff going right. And Cook still running. Still going. And down at the 1 yard line after some strong running by the Bills. And yep. Everyone other than Pierce gets walked back on the line of scrimmage. Pierce gets penetration, but he gets his back turned, basically. And I told them about Osiris Torrance last year. It was one of my guys that I predicted 3rd round. He went 2nd to the Bills, basically into the 2nd. And quarterback sneak, Allen's in. And barring the PAT, that'll be a 14-7 lead for the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I mean, when you turn the ball over like that, that's just unfortunate. The Ravens defense got to be gassed already at this point. And goal line formation, there's no wide receivers even really in there, basically. Everyone's out on the formation in line. And here comes the PAT. And man, I can't believe Lamar put that ball on the ground. Like, Lamar just gotta play. It feels like Lamar's just trying to do everything again in a sense, but I think it's okay. That, while that fumble is his fault, it's also slightly not. Because if the ball had never been, had the bad snap, would the other issues have arisen, there? Probably not. But at the end of the day, he did get the ball back and he did fumble it. So, got to take some responsibility, but at the same time, like, What up, Corona, my boy? All right, I'm going to go get a drink because I forgot to at the end of the first quarter. So, BRB, I'm going to go refresh my beverage. Do I have a... I do. Bah, making a drink. BRB. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Oh, my God. All right. Still an 0-0 ball game in my brain. Lamar rolling right. Got time. He's going to run with it now and got the first down. And that was definitely a late hit there. And that was definitely a late hit on Lamar. And no flag as Rosengarten gets over there and throws some hands. And as Tony Romo said, that definitely should have been. Nah, that's definitely a late hit. And a hip drop tackle almost on it. Like, that. And like Tony Romo said, nah, dude, I think that was late. Handoff going up the middle. Henry, good running. And Ravens are across the 50. Should bring up a second and maybe 3 or 4. And like they're showing here, the Ravens just having some miscues. The drop passes there. Ball sailing on Lamar. 1 interception. Lamar tripping over Linderbaum. The fumble after the bad snap. Like, Truckman Push says the ref's always going to let him get beat up. I know we saw horrible pass or roughing the passer calls for KC. Meanwhile, we watched what was it? The Houston game, like just. And Henry still running and great second effort to get the first down. It looks like they might mark him just like an inch short, but yeah, going to be 3rd and inches. That was for the bad penalty on the Bills. I know, right? Like, the makeup no call, basically. I know, versus everyone else, that's a 3-yard loss. Henry just bounces, and then Harbaugh going to use a timeout on this 3rd and 1 here. And it's because the Ravens, it looks like the play clock was about to expire. So Ravens needed to use a timeout there just to make sure they didn't lose and get a penalty. It's unfortunate, but let's give it to Harbaugh there. That's actually a great timeout by the coach. It sucks to have to use it, but I'm glad that he used it and like they didn't try to panic snap the ball with all the issues already going on. Like, and we might see the Ravens tush push, aka the Andrews push. We like to call it te-push. The te-push. The te-push, aka the tight end push. The te-push. And like Kenny says, more Henry, please. And there's a little QB sneak, and Ravens say they've got it. The ref is walking in on, one ref's walking in on the right side. Yep, now they're both. And ref's saying it's a first down, so. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Bateman. You know what's funny is I was just about to make a comment, Kenny, that I just watched Bateman and Tylan Wallace check in, and oh, we've got someone for the Bills defense getting carted to the locker room. Is that Tyler Rapp? Little pump fake. Lamar buying time, going deep. Bateman and Bateman down at the 1-yard line. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Bateman. Let's watch this here. Oh my God, look at the acceleration on that cut. And he had to slow down. If Lamar threw that ball out ahead of him, that's a touchdown. Look at the acceleration when he puts that left foot in the ground on that post route, bro. That was wild. And that's why Bateman has one of the best acceleration or separation scores in the NFL. Handoff up the middle. Henry not. Oh, and that was a late hit by 42 there on Henry on the ground, bro. Oh, and the ref got knocked over getting pushed by a Bills player. We're really not going to get a flag on that one? And they're chirping to Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver saying something to the ref now. Oh, it's Ronnie Stanley actually going after someone. Ronnie's talking to someone, and Andrew Phillips comes over, starts talking, shoving them, and then looks like they just get snatched up and both go down. So more on Phillips. Lamar, play action. He's going to keep it and sacked on the play. He's going to lose maybe 4. And Ricard over there on the right side, wide open, definitely looks a little upset. Lamar should have just checked it down to the fullback. Lamar just never looks back to the right side of the field. There's the problem. He had a wide open fullback there. Yeah, big no hole call. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Just get closer, man. Just get closer. Got a man. Oh! And a no catch there as another drop by the Ravens almost ended up as an interception. Oh, and Teron Johnson, I think, made with a big play. And Tucker out there for the field goal. I do like the field goal call. 26-yard attempt here. And right down the middle, that's what we like to see. And that's on. They say that's a win for the Bills defense. While it kind of is, I still like the Ravens. The Ravens are showing that they basically, as long as they don't turn over the football and have a bad, the Ravens haven't punted yet. Let's just say that. That's the way I'm thinking about it. The Ravens have not punted the football yet, technically, which is a great thing to have in a game. Now, that could mean a couple things. It means they could have punted on some of those other drives, but all the other drives, they were driving. They just had a bad turnover. The interception and the fumble, bad turnovers, but they were driving. Meaning the Ravens have shown so far that they're basically able to score almost every drive, which is a great sign to see. Subsequently, the Ravens defense has shown once or twice when they're not dealing with the Ravens turnover, especially, to be able to stop the Buffalo Bills. This is the sign that you are going to win in a close battle game style game, basically. A close style format where it might come down to a field goal or 1 point. 2 different NFL announcers said this was going to be a 1-point game. Let's just say that. So I am very happy for taking the 3. I'll take it all day. Hopefully the Ravens defense was able to get a breather, make some adjustments, and give the Bills a long field to drive on and not a short field. Terradome says Peyton and Eli are fools. What did they do? What makes me slightly angry, Terradome, is before Peyton and Eli got their show, I wrote an email to NFL Media and Communications basically saying this: hey, I think your broadcasters are not doing a great enough job. There is a lot of negative takes on your commentary and people that are calling the games. With that being said, we are seeing the rise in more of these social media personalities associated with teams. I see a huge opportunity to be able to bring new takes to the game. Basically, bring that guy that truly knows the football game, Tony Romo, Tom Brady. But when the other guy is generally noted as colorful commentary. With that being said, you could bring in these guys with huge social media followings that, of course, love these teams, and it could just change the audience of the football, bring more people to the NFL broadcast, and just how we saw the Taylor Swift effect. You know what I'm saying? If Ninja, aka a Detroit Lions fan, was actually calling the games in a sense, or up there just having some fun, colorful commentary, asking questions for the more casual viewer, just bringing a different energy to the booth in a sense. And I think it would attract a larger audience to the NFL that they haven't hit before. Some of these other younger kids that maybe weren't as big into football, but of course loved the social media person. And of course they shot me down, yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, later that year, a year later, I should say, Peyton and Eli got their show. And then I wrote to YouTube basically that same email saying, hey, you've got guys like Tom Grossley and Brandon Perna. You should make your own ESPN competitor, in a sense, using these YouTube personalities. Sign them to just a light deal that allows them, just like Pat McAfee, to continue their own content, but have a little bit of an obligation to do shows together, this and that, whatever. Josh Allen going short here, setting up his running back and getting Cook some momentum, and that's Malik Harrison with a tackle comes and clears both of them out. And that was Rapp, who got carted off to the locker room. Suffered a hip injury, and he's going in for x-rays. Of course, that was on the tackle on Jackson earlier. Damar Hamlin, Tyler Rapp. Tyler Rapp, actually the man that had the interception earlier for them. Yeah, that's true. The Lions do have a bigger personality than Ninja, Eminem. Which, can you imagine if Eminem actually came into the booth for a game basically once? 2nd and 3. Play clock running out. They get a toss play going right for the Bills. Oh, he's got some space. And he's out of bounds there. And that's Ray Davis, the rookie out of Kentucky, with a big run. And Broderick Washington looks like he might have missed his man there, got pushed out of the way. So need a little better play out of him. 2:20 left here in the second quarter football. Buffalo Bills do get the ball back too at halftime or after halftime. What is that? Handoff going left. Davis again, and another big run for 9 yards. And I think Darius Washington might be down for the Ravens. And that's the 2-minute warning as Buffalo moves on to the Ravens side of the field. Yeah, Terradome, Ray Davis, dude, absolutely loved him. Featured him on my draft special. You know, I know my boy Chimera here loves him. In college, he rushed for 1,000 yards with 3 different college teams. I thought that was a huge mark of success. Able to participate in the run game, or pass game. He's got the size to pass protect. He might need to learn a little bit in the NFL, but Chimera says I'm hyperventilating over this game, man. I bet Chimera. Everyone knew this was going to probably be one of the best games. I ain't gonna lie, that Washington game was pretty damn good too. Like, I was actually watching that the other day. At least till my Fox thing expired on my TV, and I was like, well, not worth it. High Tide! It's Roll Tide. It's Roll Tide. Roll Tide! That's funny. An Alabama guy not knowing what to say. That's pretty funny. And that's what I'm saying, Terradome. 3 different teams shows he's instinctive. He's a plug-and-play running back. Exactly. It's why I couldn't pass him on my run special. I was like, there's no way he gets out of the 3rd round. But, like, that's where my draft special starts. So it showed he could run with no matter what style your offense was probably, or that he really knew his stuff and what he was supposed to be doing. And when the Bills got him, I was just like, fuck, dude, he's going to be their future running back. No doubt. Like, no doubt. He's a little, I think too, he's like a 230, 220 kind of running back. So he's short and stocky. And man, any running back that's like under 6 foot, I should say under 5'11", that's over 215, and I should say over 220, and can run a 4.5 or sub 40. I'll still even take a 4.6. Oh, I think you've got all the tools to be a dominant running back in the NFL, in my opinion. You might need to get some glasses if you can't catch a football. I think it's funny. I often think one of the biggest problems with guys that struggle with catching a ball is their like depth perception is just off, and they don't want to wear glasses, or they're like either they don't know or they need like eye surgery basically, and they're too scared to do it basically. All right, 2nd and 1 here. Again, Bills are on the Ravens side of the field here. This is a strong right formation. Expect a run. It is. They're running right at it, and that's a gain of looks like maybe 2 or 3 and a 1st down. Buffalo still has all 3 timeouts here, so they can be super patient with this drive, especially getting the ball back after halftime. Like, I'll admit, I feel like my running backs from this year's draft special didn't have as much success. Part of it is the teams they went to, but part of it is with the change in kickoff rules, I wanted my running backs to have a way heavier emphasis on special teams compared to my wide receivers. And Shakir with a little screenplay going left. And that's going to be a timeout Buffalo, I believe. 2nd and 6. Oh, Baltimore took the timeout, so they're trying to stop the field goal. Either limit to them in a field goal or try to get this ball back and go score themselves. I would argue John Harbaugh right now is staking on the fact that he's going to try to stop them and limit, or I should say not stop them, but at least limit them to a field goal here to match. Being as that Buffalo gets the ball back after halftime. I'm guessing analytics-wise, they're telling John Harbaugh, coaching-wise, that it's smarter to at least give his offense one more chance before halftime based upon the current scoring situation. If I had to take a guess, that's analytically speaking why Baltimore used the timeout here, while Buffalo is more than happy of actually just taking the field goal while using all of the time left. This is definitely a game of analytics going on right now with the coaching decisions. I would not be surprised, though. Baltimore needs to be careful here after the timeout. I would not be surprised if Buffalo took a shot with a play action and actually took a shot deep on something here. I know I would, because you already know Baltimore's trying to limit you to a field goal. You already know you're happy with a field goal. You're already almost in field goal range. You're going to have all your wide receivers going to be fresh after this timeout. Take like a max protect play action shot for the end zone. I would if I was an offensive coordinator, but maybe I'm too aggressive here. But they've already got good yardage, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a third. Oh, no, it's 3rd and 5. Okay. Don't tell me that's a play ahead of me already. It could be. I love Drew Barrymore. She spreads positivity like I spread. Yep. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Nate Burleson on that game show. A snow flurry night in Orchard Park. 2nd and 6. So it is, the Gamecast is ahead of me. That's wild that the Gamecast is ahead of me. What up, Joe Stevens? Handoff going right and just a yard on the play. So going to bring up 3rd and 5, and I'm going to guess Baltimore is going to take their final timeout here. And they do. And I knew it was coming. Tony Romo knew it was coming. Like I said, we knew it was coming because your boy knows how they, hey, Joe Flacco's wearing the Flacco jersey. That's pretty dope, my boy. What's funny is Azo, who commented right above you, has been a member in the channel so long. The member, if you're a member, it slowly goes from like a little egg hatching into a raven, from a baby raven into an adult raven, and the adult raven then joins the flock of ravens, aka meaning 3 or more. And then the flock of ravens, he eventually evolved into Joe Flacco. And Azo eventually will evolve into Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and then finally, the final evolution of the Ravens, Jonathan Ogden. And 3rd and 5, Tony Romo saying they should run a designed run for Josh Allen. Let's see if they go that way. Four wide look, trips left. We're going to motion the half. That looked like an illegal motion. They both were in motion at the same time. That was definitely, whatever. Allen, he's going to go deep, and that's definitely pass interference. And it looked like on the offense, but I bet you they're going to call this on the defense. And that's on Tre'Davious White, the former Buffalo Bill. Yeah, they're going to call that on the defense. It was it. Let's watch the replay here. That's clearly on the offense. That's a clear extension from the offensive wide receiver. There it is. Clear extension, pushing on his helmet. There's a tiny bit of contact, but it's not pass interference. It is clearly not inhibiting the path of the wide receiver to the ball. That is a horrible pass interference call. And for those that don't know, I talked about it all week. This reffing crew has called tons of bad pass interference calls throughout the season. That was a horrible pass interference call. And Cook run going right. Ravens desperately need to get a turnover here in the red zone. Wiggins talking a little smack, I think, to Cook there. Like Terradome says, I don't know about that one. I agree, Terradome. That was bad. There was clear So the definition of offensive pass interference is clear extension away from the body with the arms from the offensive player to the defensive player. We saw that. We saw that call last week against George Pickens. And not only was that happening, it was happening to the face neck area of the defensive back with mild contact that did not inhibit the path of the wide receiver. And Josh Allen going to run it and takes a big shot there and going to bring up 3rd and maybe about 2. Yeah, and Buffalo takes a timeout with 19 seconds. Josh Allen's smiling there. Wow, the NFC Championship game is Washington versus Philadelphia. I will admit, I never thought Washington would get that far. Congrats to them, though. Like, oh, Gamecast is going to ruin this for me. I already see it up. Oh, no. The Bills are about to score with Josh Allen calling his number again. And Josh Allen, ooh, helmet to helmet there by Marlon Humphrey. Ooh. I hope Josh is okay after that big hit to the head. Yeah. And Allen going to keep it, and he's in. Just runs it in himself. And with 16 seconds, the Bills are going to take a 2-score lead against the Baltimore Ravens. And, of course, Gamecast tells us that PAT is good. I'm going to go make my final drink before halftime so I can be here at halftime. Because I want to talk about this at halftime. Rough. Baltimore needs a huge play right now. Chimera coming in with the MVP chance for Josh Allen. And Baltimore will return this probably. Here comes Keaton Mitchell. And it breaks through the first. Oh, man, if he had got away from that next guy. Keaton Mitchell was 1 tackle away from breaking that to the house. Oh, that's heartbreaking. So Baltimore has no timeouts, probably needs 30 yards, 40 yards to get Tucker even close to in range here. And they're just going to take a knee, be cautious here, and take it into the locker room. And with that, the Buffalo Bills are going to lead 21-10 at halftime. And like Truckman Pusha said, the game is far from over with. Now, don't be wrong, the interception by Lamar was really ugly. But the fumble, But you just can't turn over the football, man. It's as simple as that. The first interception, I wonder if the wind was at Lamar's back and they didn't really know. Oh, they all got to go through the same tunnel. That's wild. That sucks. Buffalo Bill Stadium, garbage. Garbage. They got to go through the same tunnel, bro. I'd be fighting. Hey, what up, get owned, kid? You can say Lamar's a running back all you want, my boy, but we'll see, right? It's unfortunate. That interception was bad. Lamar knows he shouldn't have thrown that ball in that situation, but it happens. The fumble, while the fumble is slightly Lamar's fault, the bad snap to start with. That's one of those ones where, it does NFL and watching, if you're not watching the game, it doesn't really tell you the story. But at the end of the day, Lamar is responsible for holding on to that football if he does get his hands back on it. It is unfortunate. I got a weird feeling here that Baltimore has a chance. Lamar has 123 key passing yards, but the team is 109 passing. They actually count sack yards against the total. Yep, they do actually, which I like that actually. One of my things that I'm looking at is if Tyler Rapp comes back or not. They're already also down Khair Elam, one of their other safeties. It could mean that the Bills could be a little short at safety potentially, which could lead to miscommunications potentially in the second half. And if I was the Ravens, I would constantly keep an eye out. If I'm the Ravens, here's the game plan for the offense passing-wise. Figure out where that substitution's going, what happened, and try to exploit it to the best of your ability. And Chimera says, Ravens have a chance, but McDermott shouldn't let off the gas, which is exactly what McDermott said. They said, Derrick Henry, I think he only has 21 rushing yards so far. How do you take care of that? Yada, yada. And he said, we just can't let off, man. You cannot let off of it, basically. I really feel like the Ravens haven't been running their runs that they normally run, if that makes sense. So early on in the season, we saw the Ravens running a lot of those toss plays going left and like that. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of that outside run game from the Ravens, which is usually where Derek succeeds. But of course, last week finally opened up the inside running game with Lamar running. But like Terradome saying, the turnover battle is everything in these playoff games, man. Everything. And they got Matt Ryan talking here, of course, about Josh Allen and his ability to run changing this game. Had a great pass, of course, early in the game, beating Brandon Stevens. Lamar's 6 of 10 for 123 yards, 31 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. I love how they do turnovers instead of interceptions to try to make it look a little worse. And like they're saying here, the miscues by Lamar. But that's a bad drop by Derrick Henry that cost the Ravens 25-plus yards. And then Lamar floats this ball a little too early. The bad snap, then, of course, leading to the fumble, which Lamar's got to hold that ball better, but the bad snap. And, of course, they didn't show also in the red zone Lamar tripping over Linderbaum, losing 5 yards. And that's something we haven't seen the screen game from the Ravens at all, which is, again, uncharacteristic. What's just wild is I feel like we haven't seen that traditional Todd Monken offense, which I'm really hoping, honestly, that is part man, look at Saquon, 205 yards on the ground, bro, today. Absolutely dominant. And that's what the Ravens need to do here. figure out how to start bullying. But I feel like Monken's not calling his traditional game. We're not seeing, I feel like, good play action. We're not seeing the tosses. We're not seeing the outside stretch the defense, to the outside. They don't have as great at edge rushers, I feel like, as the Steelers did. So we have the ability, I feel like, to push the outside edges a little better against the Bills than we did the Steelers. They definitely have all eyes on Lamar in these zone coverages. Ravens are definitely, I've seen a couple play action RPOs where they try to take advantage of that. But I feel like the Ravens got to mix up their running game a little bit here. And if you're new here on the channel, I've said this for a long time. The first half isn't that important. The first half is about trying to get a lead, of course, but keeping it close. It's about, sometimes I almost like not doing as well in the first half because you can set up a second plan. The defense says, the winning team, when they go in the locker room, says, hey, we just got to basically keep it up. The defense has to make a huge adjustment, or the losing team, I'm sorry. And if that's true, then it also then lies on the winning team, if they do make the comeback, to then make an adjustment, not at halftime, but live during the game, which of course is harder. So Truckman says he wants to see more of those RPOs, which I kind of feel him about that. And it is kind of like about beating up the defense right now. You have to run some of those runs. Again, like I think, what was it? Nate Burleson was saying, Ravens got to run a little bit more of that screen game, get the ball out. I feel like they also need to start stretching the Bills out more horizontally, if I'm going to be honest. You need to get Vaughn and Rousseau, Bernard, Milano running east and west first. Once we get them going east and west, it'll open up the north-south game a little more. It's just like, I feel like how last week Lamar had to stretch them to the outside, basically, to keep them from crashing in. And, of course, it freed up Derrick Henry on the inside. I feel like it doesn't have to be Lamar doing the runs this time. It can still be Henry. But we definitely got to win on some of those blocks. And like Pusha says, they're playing the best they can for now. So let's see how they. And like I said, if I was the Ravens, if Tyler Rapp is not in there and they're already down Kaiir Elam, hold on, let me go. I'm going to go pull up their depth chart, actually. This is what Tom Brady used to do to people all the time. So yeah, Tyler Rapp questionable to return. There's no backup behind Damar Hamlin. Cole Bishop, actually Kaiir Lamb, I'm sorry, is their cornerback. So if that's true, according to their depth chart, that means the Bills do not have any backup safeties right now. Damar Hamlin and Cole Bishop are their only two safeties. With Kaiir Elam out as well, they're lacking in cornerback depth. They're missing actually a lot of their small guys. It's one of those, so I do want to see and they're talking about they had the hostage exchange in Gaza today, so tomorrow there's going to be so much news coming out, like so much news coming out tomorrow. Well, actually not tomorrow. It probably will be 2 days. I'm interested to see what executive orders get signed. Just as every president signs usually hundreds of executive orders in the first few months of their presidential term. By golly, sir, that's a steal. This is the most cringe commercial. It's got to be a local commercial. The Floormeisters. Just keeping it real. I'm not gonna lie, this abdominal injury has been fucking killing me. It hurts like all the time almost. Every once in a while it feels better. But like all I want to do is be in the gym so bad. Like I miss the gym so bad. Like every day I'm like, man, I wish I could go back to the gym right now, but I do not want to take any chance of adding on to my injury like But yeah, you got to get the run game going. And once that run game gets going, I really feel like there's going to be this ability to run the play action and attack guys like Cole Bishop, basically, is what I'm going for. Oh, yeah, Azo, I know, my guy, but, I always have a policy, just like when stories come out. Let's wait and gather facts first, but, it's. We'll talk about that on Discord more, probably a little more. It's funny. Yeah, Azo is. I at one point almost thought about dedicating like a whole channel just to the political spectrum, but like I said, it would have to be like a whole very separate channel. And I definitely know a lot of people that would probably want to join in on that show. I don't want to look at the first half highlights again, Pepsi. Most of those highlights weren't great for us. We've seen Isaiah Likely or Rashad Bateman, but I want to see Tylan Wallace and Anthony Miller out there. I don't really care to see Sims out there. I don't know Sims. I don't think he presents the same threats as Anthony Miller and Tylan Wallace. And I really, God. Oh yeah, Azo though. I'm like trying to do all my cash outs for like YouTube and all that because I finally hit all the minimum amounts and I'm pretty sure because my bank account has had no money in it for so long and I don't even live in Colorado anymore. And I'm pretty sure my bank closed my bank account. So yeah, I don't think I have a bank account to put all my money in, even though it's not a lot of money. So I might have to do like a PayPal card or some shit like that. They love pushing that Lamar Jackson lost that fumble. They changed their thing, so now it's touchdown to interception ratio, but they made sure now at the bottom a fumble lost. It's like CBS be listening, I swear. And CBS, if you are, I appreciate you. And let's like Josh Allen 5 of 7 for 69 yards, 15 rushing yards. Josh Allen's not even having a great day. He's just not had to do a lot because the Raven turnovers. You know what's funny, Azo? I've been talking to my girlfriend. I am legitimately exploring the idea of getting a loan to start a farm. Because there is agricultural land here in Florida. There is a lot of need for it. I've got some crazy ideas about stuff. But I'm thinking about it'd be funny just to start a farm as well and do a bunch of farming content as well. And it's just the joke. My girlfriend always loved animals. We always, joked about like having goats and chickens and all cows and all that stuff. And hey, I love that confidence from John Harbaugh. We're gonna go score some points, win this game. Josh Allen with an alert already as we get started here in the third quarter. Toss play going right, and Ravens are all over it as Malik Harrison looks like he's playing with some fire in his stomach. And that's what I like to see. Hold on. We gonna give the Ravens a motivational speech right now. Hold on. You all right, dog? Hell no, I'm not all right, dog. Jacoby, Coach D, they said we supposed to dominate, and we ain't doing it, dog. Hell no, I'm not all right. We got to go out there and score some points. We got to hit somebody in the fucking mouth. And there's a drop pass from the Bills. Let's go. 4th down as a 3-and-out for the Bills to start the game. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I am not mocking. I am taking inspiration. I'm sorry. From Ed Reed's talk at Miami, where they had one of their brothers pass away basically in the season. And they were already beating the dog shit out of whatever team they were supposed to beat, but they were supposed to dominate. And so, you all right, Ed? You acting weird, Ed? Hell no, I'm not all right. Joaquin said we supposed to dominate, and we ain't doing it, dog. And there's that 4th down. Sorry, as Josh Allen gets chased for a sack. That was almost intentional grounding, honestly. It looks like a ref might be coming to talk about it. So, and of course, the Ravens lost Jacoby Jones this year, who was part of our epic Super Bowl run. The Mile High Miracle will forever live in my memory. There's no foul for intentional grounding. See, I told you they were talking about it. We lost Coach D, our offensive line coach. We lost Goose last year. And then we also lost Jalen Ferguson, I think the same year we lost Goose. So this is for Jalen. This is for Goose. This is for Jacoby. This is for Coach D. Go out there and knock somebody in the fucking mouth. Is my mentality right now. So maybe I'm crazy. Return here by Sims. Makes the first man miss. Makes the second man miss. Got some room, and he's down at the 36-yard line as a great return by Sims as he's making me eat my words. Azo said, well, here they are. Farmers going to have it rough the next 4 years. Yeah. Fun fact about farming, the large majority of U.S. farms receive more than 50% of their income. This happened actually like 10 years ago. Of their income actually from U.S. subsidiaries. So the U.S. government is having to subsidize U.S. farming to keep food supply up basically so much that farmers have to know how to work the government programs to maximize their income and stay in business, basically, in a certain sense. I was watching this video, though, of this social media person, and she got a grant to start a farm, build a house on the farm, and she told them she was doing microgreen farming. So I don't think she's actually even doing like real farming. I think she's doing internal hydroponic microgreen farming and selling at farmer markets, which is actually a great hustle if you've got land time and a little bit of money. Grow like microgreens, micro herbs. You can grow them in like 2-week cycles or like 4-week cycles, I think. If you do hydroponic vertical growing as well, you can truly maximize your space. Yeah, there's tons of stuff you can do, man. But Azo, I'll have to talk to you about it. I've got a wild idea. It's actually been in my folder idea for years. I talked to my girlfriend about it last night, and I told her, I was like, if we start a farm, by the way, I'm going to dedicate a small portion of the farm to experiment. Because I want to genealogically try some stuff, not cannabis related, by the way. I want to make that clear. But with a certain plant and species that I've been thinking about for years, that I've followed the science behind, that actually I talked to a little bit at one person at college about, that actually like knew a farm around here, so. Yeah, Azo, though, if I do start a farm, bro, I'll invite you down. You can come help out at the farm when I'm starting up. Well, not help out, but just like come hang out at the farm when I'm first starting up. I'll invite all the homies down to come chill on the farm for the first week. If I got enough homies that want to do it, we'll do a good old-fashioned Amish barn raising, and we'll just put up barns. Film content, put up barns, and your boy's got his medical card. Cough, cough, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I do not support spreading. 1st and 10. Little play action, Lamar, and he's just going to have to get rid of this one over by Nelson Aguilar. Might have should have gone after likely there, but Bills brought some pressure off the outside. And if you paid attention to the halftime report, Matt Ryan talked about it. You got to bring pressure from the Bills, and they do. They keep bringing cornerback pressure, which truly helps like break down that outside run game. Ravens just have to be able to pass protect, buy time, and find the deeper route downfield because the safeties are going to be coming crashing down, running robber basically, probably with the blitz running these shorter zones. And again, Bills running looked like double blitz from the edge there. Andrews makes a catch, and it's a gain of maybe about 5 or so. Brings up third and manageable. And again, we're seeing the Bills are running double edge blitz constantly. We just saw it again. Ravens have to make an adjustment here. The quick pass game can work, but you've got to stay in rhythm with it. Joe says, those farms are legal up here. Hey, if I got the right licensing, I could be legal about it, but I'm just trying to grow some nice fruits and vegetables for all the kids here in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Maybe go to some farmer markets. Actually, I'm going to grow edible mushrooms as well. Using like I'll talk about that in a minute. 3rd and 5. Jackson, good pocket. Got him, man. Andrews wide open and gets out of bounds on the right side at 12:50 here. And what you do is you take some logs, you drill holes in the logs. You can inoculate all the different like holes in the logs. That might have been pass interference by Andrews, but they're fighting. So 1st and 10, 12:35. Ravens on the 50-yard line. Handoff Justice Hill. Run going right. Great running, still on his feet, and what a run by Justice Hill as he gets a first down. And that's why I like Justice Hill is smaller and quicker than Derrick Henry. He can run in those smaller gaps on the inside better than Henry can. As Henry, Tylan Wallace, and it looked like another wide receiver check in for the Ravens. Joe, it's so sad, dude. I'm paying for this game on Paramount Plus, and I'm that far behind. I'm like 2 plays behind, I feel like, from live TV. It's absolutely wild, bro. It's so ridiculous. Handoff to Henry, going right side, got some room, and Henry across the 30 down at what looks like the 27-yard line. 11:45 and ticking and this is what I was saying at halftime. The Ravens offense has been constantly making good plays as long as they don't turn the football over. And the defense, whenever they're not playing on short possessions, has shown a few times to be able to stop this Bills defense. But yeah, so what you do is then you just line up the logs and you inoculate them with the shrooms, and you can grow hundreds and hundreds of shrooms out of these logs that are then edible, basically. It's pretty cool, actually. And Hill tries to make a move as the Bills are all over this run. And he's going to lose a couple. And Joe, I'm not growing. This ain't Denver, man. For those that don't know, shrooms are actually decriminalized in Denver. And there's that toss play that I wanted to going left, but the Bills are all over it. It's like they knew it was coming. Like the crazy shift by the linebackers and the defensive line as soon as the ball is snapped, almost seemed like the Bills knew that play was coming, to be honest with you. 2nd and 12. Ravens looking to get into the red zone here with a first down. 4 wide look, double tight end right. They're going to Andrews. Oh, short. And Andrews, I don't know if he wasn't ready or like what happened there, but the Ravens know they have to go to the short passing game, but drops like that are going to kill them. That's an easy throw, and Lamar puts this ball a little outside, but Mark doesn't even put a second hand up there. He puts a single hand up, and it bounces off his hand. Come on, Mark. And like Terradome says, that's a layup. You got to hit that throw dead on the mark. Hit him in the chest. You know what I'm saying? 3rd and 12. Big third down here for the Ravens. Strong formation right. Ricard in line, so he's probably going to help pass protect. Overload blitz coming from that side. Lamar, and there's I think a flag. They're blowing this play dead, I think. Prior to snap, delay of game on the Ravens. And now 3rd and 17. That's rough, man. Joe Stevens, that's bullshit. I've been pissed here because the cable, which has always been ahead of streaming, is now behind streaming. I've been so... Joe, I feel you on that, man. Like, I'm mad that I'm paying for Paramount Plus. I'm paying for Paramount Plus for no other reason than to watch the game and try to get it ahead of illegally pirating the stream. Because I could be legally pirating this game for free every fucking game. But I choose to try to do the right thing to try to get ahead, and I get screwed. And it makes me upset. 3rd and 17 after the delay game. Ravens just going short to Bateman. And Bateman gets laid out this time by Milano. And with a 4th and 12, I'm hoping Tucker's coming out for a field goal here. Yeah, like Terry Dome said, that was a hard hit, a rolling cover 4. Yeah, and here comes Tucker. Let's go, Tucker. And I already... Oh, wait. I already know because Gamecast has ruined it for me because Gamecast is ahead of me. But Tucker, right down the middle. What a beautiful kick. And with that, it's now a 1-point score game. Technically, the Ravens could score a touchdown and go for a 2-point conversion, which would tie the football game. And that's why that first field goal was huge. That's why that second field goal is even bigger. Absolutely love it. And I really do hope we almost win on the leg of Tucker. It would just feel right. Get him back in the mojo for the Super Bowl run. Because I feel like if we can get through these Buffalo Bills, the Chiefs will be a lot different game. It's like peanut butter on jelly on gold. Joe says, I pay $300 a month for cable and internet. And I get notifications on my phone before I... Dude, that's wild, Joe. I would be so angry about that. Like, that's ridiculous. I hate to say it, one of the only products that has ever given me the game at like the realest time has been Amazon Prime Video. But with Prime Video, I'll be honest, the quality of the stream often deteriorates here and there. Like, I think it was the last week I was watching, it was like unwatchable on my PC. At least on the TV, it was fine. But Prime Video is actually giving me the most up-to-date like watching experience. And then it also gives me NFL Next Gen stats live during the game if I want to, which I think is just so awesome. Like, so... Azo says, I never use my cable, but my apartment complex is forced. Oh, that sucks, Azo. I honestly, I have not paid for cable a single day since I've ever moved out from my parents. Like, and even though I have moved back in with my parents several times throughout the years, for various reasons, never whenever I moved back out, Ohio, Colorado, Arkansas, when I lived on my own in South Carolina, I've never owned cable. I've never owned it. I've never, I never watched a lot of TV, man. Joe says, I live in bumfuck and only option is Xfinity or... Oh, yeah. I'm not taking Starlink, bro. And Xfinity is so up and down. I've had horrible experiences with Xfinity, but then in Colorado Springs, Xfinity is one of the biggest providers, and Xfinity was amazing in Colorado Springs. But I had Xfinity to other cities, and it was fucking garbage. Like, yeah, man, the Chiefs, dude. Everyone is so sick of the Chiefs getting... The Chiefs, if someone did a video, and if they flipped one-score games in the NFL, no team had more, like, differential by one-score games. The Chiefs would have lost 9 games this season if one-score differentials had been flipped. And, of course, we know as general fans that majority of those one-score games came down to super controversial calls by the refs at the end of them. So everyone's so sick of the refs getting the flags. And after the Ravens lost to the Chiefs in week 1, we've been by 2 inches, by Likely's toe being out of bounds, basically, we've been saying, I want the Chiefs. The Bills, I think, are a harder test than the Chiefs right now. But we'll see, you know. I'm not going to lie. I usually illegally pirate games, but wow, you live in a population 370 town. Allen, all the time in the world with his play action, short pass to his halfback, just dumps it off, means there's great coverage by the Ravens downfield. You know what's funny, Joe Stevens? So you live up there in the Washington area. Washington is home to one of the last temperate rainforests in the U.S. What's funny is one of the only other places in the U.S. that has a moderate temperate rainforest climate is actually in North Carolina, and it's a park that I went to. It's called not Jones Gap, Georges, Gorges, Georges State Park, and it has the climate of a temperate rainforest. It's wild. Screen here by the Bills, and great tackle by our Darius Washington. Maybe a yard on the play. Brings up what looks like 3rd and 6 here for Buffalo. The Lions did get some calls going their way, but they're out of the playoffs, so what a tackle by the safety, our Darius Washington. Open field tackle on Khalil Shakir. Third and 5 officially, 8:35 here in the third quarter. Ravens could use a big stop here. Only 2 down linemen, 3 guys on the left side of the Bills O-line. Ravens back out of the blitz, and that's a first down for the Bills. Nate Wiggins, the man in coverage. And that's Samuel? Curtis Samuel, the former Washington Commander. And the Ravens are just rushing 4 constantly and running man cover 2. And just great throw by Allen to get it to where his man gets space to run with it. If that pass had been a little behind Samuel, it would have not been a first down, but gives it to him where he can run with it. 7:50. Let's go, Ravens. Come on, man. I got the Ravens defensive gifts pulled up. Give me a reason. Give me a reason, Ravens. And there's a big defensive stop for the Ravens. No gain on the run here, as the Ravens' run defense seems to be buckling down here in the second half. Joe Stevens says, I live 25 minutes away from Greenwater. That's pretty cool, dude. I love that area. Like, I'm not gonna lie, though. In Georgia State Park, that rainforest was where I saw my first ever wolf spider, and that motherfucker was bigger than my hands. And I had to make such a decision. Did I need to shit that bad? Because it was sitting in the corner of the outhouse, which was the only outhouse like within fucking 10 miles. Allen going over the middle and completion. And you got to love, Allen is hitting, I feel like, all the pockets I mentioned before the game. All those soft pockets, it's where all his throws go to, man. And I really wish the Ravens, I tweeted out the Ravens, their run chart. I should have tweeted out their passing charts and the difference that I saw. Third and 5. Ravens in a key third down situation here. Trips left. Screen going to the tight end left. That's a bad call by the Bills. And they're going to lose yards on the play as Kyle Van Noy blows up the play. Let's go. Let's go. For those that don't know, Kyle Van Noy is like literally my inspiration for getting back in the gym. Me and Kyle Van Noy ran the same 40 times. Me and Kyle Van Noy are almost the same height. Me and Kyle Van Noy are almost the same weight. Me and Kyle Van Noy have the same arm measurements. Me and Kyle Van Noy are the same fucking age. And watching Kyle Van Noy last year come back basically off the couch, put up 9 sacks for the Ravens and get a $6 million average per year deal from the Ravens made me think, maybe I just need to get off my ass and get back in and turn back into that old Levi. That old Levi that would throw motherfuckers with stiff arms. And big punt here from the Bills. Great punt, actually. Fair catch called for. And, oh, a great fair catch. It rolls into the end zone. Great job. I take everything back I've said about Sims so far, by the way. He's played great on special teams for us. Absolutely great. And Aza, that's what I'm saying. If our defense was not playing on short fields in the first half on the turnovers, our defense showed in the first half, and of course on the first drive of the second half, they do have the ability to stop this Bills defense. They just have to play good, smart football, mistake-free, and not commit the turnovers. As long as they limit every once in a while the Bills' offense, Lamar and Derrick Henry will eventually score points. I have faith in them, and I liked the swagger and confidence that Harbaugh came out with in the first half, or after the first half. And I'm truly hoping that it's going to carry over. What up? No! Well, that escalated quickly. Shout out, I forgot the actor's name, but Captain Raymond Holt passed away like last year. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There will never be another Captain Raymond Holt. Like, I absolutely love him. And like my boy Joe Swanson says, smash that like button. I'm going to crush you like a can of Diet Seltzer water. Is that supposed to be an insult, Captain? Yes, I thought it was actually quite intimidating. And remember, if you're here, you've chosen wisely, my friends. Sim's better than Jacoby. Joe Stevens coming in with the full-on blasphemy right now. Blasphemy. By the way, Joe, instead of that, you could actually bet on the Ravens if you don't put that thing. If you do, I've already bet, so it won't let me bet again. But you bet like instead of that. I don't know why it put that fucking marker. Oh yeah, it does because it's over and under, or saying in between this range technically. But I already bet on the Ravens, so it's not going to let me bet again. But yeah, Joe, that was a smart play. He faked out the gunners on the defensive side. They definitely stopped hoping they were going to try to scare him, and that ball had a great bounce. I don't know if Joe's just messing with me. Joe is 100% just fucking with me at this point. Oh my God. Joe, don't make me laugh. I have a torn oblique. I don't know if you know that, Joe. I'm pretty sure I tore my oblique, or I have there you go. Got the bet in. Strong left here for the Ravens. Let's see if they run that way. Lamar making a check here at the line of scrimmage. They definitely run that way. Henry, good lane, and that's a gain what looks like maybe 7 or 8 yards. 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. He figured it out. I thought you were fucking with me, Joe. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought you were fucking with me. Oh my God, I have to pick that up now. Oh my God. I either have like a torn oblique muscle or I have a hernia, and I need to go to the doctor. I basically looked at my girlfriend. I say, well, if it's a hernia, it probably won't feel better until 2 weeks. If it's a torn oblique, I'll see mild reduction in. Handoff up the middle. Henry pushing, and he's going to be about an inch short. Like not even a yard. That's like 1 foot maybe. I knew you'd do it, Joe. I ain't worried about you. And there they're throwing the first half and second half through the wild card games. Derek always has a stronger second half of the football game. We're hoping that's going to continue. Buffalo's getting loud here, trying to get some crowd noise pumped in. 3rd and 1. I formation. Henry up the middle. He's got a lane! And he's across the 50. Or I'm sorry, almost across the 50. Down at what looks like maybe the 47-yard line. And that's the thing. If you've ever played Madden, you know if you sell out on a run blitz and they actually hit all their blocks, it's going to be a big gain. And Henry right up the middle with a huge gain for the Ravens. 1st and 10. Ball officially on the 46-yard line of the Ravens. Bills run up a defensive back here. We might see a blitz from the corner. He comes. That's Lamar. Got him, and it's Andrews. Got a first down and out of bounds on the left sideline, and we've got a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. You know, it's funny. Also, I saw in the KC game, there was an obvious hip drop tackle on the Chiefs against Stroud. And we've got a hold against the Chiefs. That's probably going to be declined. And yeah, there was an obvious hip drop tackle against the Chiefs in that game. And of course, no call by the refs. So absolutely. Sims better than Cribs. Joe Stevens. Oh, Joe, I know mushrooms might be grown in your forest, and I know marijuana's legal in your state, but homie, lay off the pipe. You been drinking ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers? And Hill with a big run. 30, 25, 20. And down at the 19-yard line. As the Ravens with another big run as the refs are separating Hill from one of the defensive backs. Hill now 5 runs, 51 yards. And if you don't know, Tony Romo said, or Matt Ryan said before the game, that he thought Justice Hill was going to have the biggest impact on this game. And God, I love Justice Hill, dude. Even though he's starting to become a veteran, he still has that burst, dude. I think Justice Hill has the potential to be a number 1 running back. I'm not even going to lie to you. And I love that he's still with us. Run going left. There's Henry. First down and some. And tackled at the 5 as the Ravens continue to run it down the Bills' throat. As Joe Stevens famously has on his hat. Run the damn ball. I'll put some Southern flair on it for you, Joe. You got to put some dip down in your cheek. I'm telling you what. You got to run that damn ball. I'm telling you what. That's how you get a good Southern accent. Just act like you got a big old thing of dip in your cheek. Restart my Paramount Plus on the next commercial. Heard. Henry up the middle. Touchdown. Touchdown. Ravens. And with a 2-point conversion, Ravens could. And look at Rosengarten. Look at Rosengarten, McCary, and Kolar clear the way on that touchdown run. Rosengarten helped on the double team, cleared the double team man out of the way, moved up to the next block, secured his guy. Kolar secured the right side edge, and McCary on the pull cleared the way. Going for 2 here to tie the football game with 1:37 on the clock. Henry in motion. It's going to be a pass. Lamar got it, man, and it gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. Oh, no. He had a wide open man, but Matt Milano, I think, made a great play on the ball here. And God, what great blocking. McCary and Rosengarten, by the way, on that play. Falele got his man, And with that, guys, we've got a 19-21 ball game. I ain't worried, though. That's a field goal. And like I said, I got a weird feeling this might come on Justin Tucker to win the game. And I think he will do it. Josie says, as if I don't chew Copenhagen. That's funny, Joe. I didn't know you chewed. Azo says, that was a lazy-ass pass. He probably thought it was a gimme touchdown. And after that, he, And like Truckman Pusha says, it's all good. It's time for the deep. That's what I'm saying. I haven't had a reason to truly pull up those defensive gifts. I've got a bunch of gifts. I got Ojabo. Hold on. Let me make Ojabo bigger. Hold on. We got to fix that. We got to get Ojabo lined up correctly. We got the Oway gif. I've been meaning to do a measurement on my bicep and tricep to see how big it is. It's getting there, guys. I don't know if you can really tell how big that bicep tricep is. I honestly, here's the weird part or crazy part. My biceps have always been big from throwing bags at the airlines, but I don't lift bicep at all. I have not lifted biceps in over a year. I exclusively, when I do my upper body and it comes to arms, I only do triceps and shoulders and my delts essentially. Those, external shoulder muscles. I haven't lifted biceps in a year. I do want to start adding wrist workouts to my regime. I want to get bigger forearms is my next goal. Josie says, bro, I've never not chewed on stream. Hey. I ain't mad about it. Oh, it's almost time to get another Crown and Coke, ladies and gentlemen. I am hot, dude. Maybe it's just the Crown talking, but I am like warm. Great balls of fire. Yo boy is a little hot. I actually had a great grandma that was so Southern. She actually would say "great balls of fire," like she was from the song, or what's that movie? The Sound of Wind, that great old Southern musical. The Sound of Wind. Any music lovers? Baltimore outscoring Buffalo 9-0 this quarter so far, 19 yards to 120 yards. And that's what I said. I don't care about the first half as long as we get it going in the second half. Joe Steve says, I bet Levi takes a huge pull. I will take a huge pull. I will go in there and take a fat-ass dab if the Ravens win. Honestly, I really want a big dab right now, but I got to wait for a good commercial break. Probably whenever I go refresh my beverage, I'll probably go take a dab. I would hit my pen cart, but it's like I said, I've had my med card for years, man. I've in Colorado, my doctors couldn't figure out what's going on. I was like dying. I was at a weight lower than when I graduated high school. They were about to put me in a study and hospitalize me basically for months. And they were like, you should get a med card. And Cook busts one out to the outside. And again, Kyle Hamilton makes a great play there, but not till after a first down run. I'm in to pull off the bottle. I could do that too. That would be better. Just take a shot. You know what? I'll take you up on that, Joe. I don't normally ever do shots, ever. I'm not a shot guy. But if the Ravens win, I'll do a shot of Crown for you, Joe, on stream. Oh, my God. Run play going left, and Ty Johnson nowhere. He's going to lose a yard on the play. That's good for you, Joe, man. It's not for everyone. I'll never push it on anyone. And if anyone, I'm that guy. When someone says they don't want to drink or they don't want to smoke or anything at a party, I will defend that person. If anyone tries to apply peer pressure to that person, Joe, I'm a big guy. I'll literally get right behind him and be like, what the fuck you say to him? Fuck you, bitch. He's better than us. Just because he's better than you and you feel bad about yourself, I'll sit there. I'll lay into people. I'll start fights over it. I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm that guy. I will defend your choice to do what you want to do in a certain sense, especially if you're being responsible and being healthy and other people want to talk smack. Fuck those people, bro. I'll fight them for you. You ain't got to fight them. I'll fight them for you. Azo says shots are the only way I can drink. Man, I'm such a mixer guy. I love my Crown and Coke. Crown and Coke, just nice and simple. Oh, and that's the end of the third quarter. Oh, my God, dude. I'm getting anxiety, guys. And with the end of the quarter, I'm going to go make the drink now and go take a dab off camera. BRB, like I says, I'm making a drink. Please hang around. I bet Levi takes a double shot if the Ravens win the AFC Champ. You know what, Joe? I'll take you on that. If the Ravens win today, I'll take a shot. If the Ravens win against the Chiefs, I might take a double shot, but I'm not staying on stream too long after. The problem with me is I'm Irish. So when I drink alcohol, my body metabolizes the alcohol very quickly, which basically means I get on a sugar high. And I've talked to my friend who's actually a physician's assistant here at a medical office. It's just how it works. And I don't know why, especially whiskey really does it for me. I feel like, I don't know if maybe it's the Irish and Scottish in me, but I metabolize the whiskey. I get on a crazy, it's why I drink during the game. Of course, it loosens the frontal lobe and, easier to talk, but it gives me a certain level of energy that allows me to push a 4-hour show out by myself, basically, even if no one's watching and engaging with me. Joe, I bet you're an IPA guy. I bet you are, bro. You just seem like, oh, what did it delete? Hold on. Let me see. Joe, I'm sorry. Streamlabs is a bitch. I try, dude. The thing is this. I have Streamlabs on the lowest actual setting. I'm a peer pressure, but I can't be peer pressure. I'm just smart. I could see that, Joe. I could see that, my guy. But I have it on the lowest setting I can possibly do
but I don't want to ignore and not have, because, God forbid someone came here and was just like putting stuff that like should get them banned. I want Streamlabs to look out for me in that sense. So it's rough, man. The battle with Streamlabs is eternal, but let me go refresh my beverage. I'll be right back. Apologies about that. I was getting my drink, taking a dab, and getting ready for this. Gotta love my girlfriend's just sitting in the dark playing her Switch. Handoff going right side for a Cook. And maybe about 2 or 3 yards here. 12:45 left in the fourth quarter. 2-point football game. Again, all the analysts called this as a 1-point game just about. If the Ravens score a field goal and no other points are scored for the rest of the game, guess what? Those analysts would be absolutely right by calling this a 1-point game. Like, Joe, I still actually want to do it, man. I've got the folder. I actually had the first show built in PowerPoint to send to everyone. I really regret not getting that series started this year. And Allen misses on 2nd and 8. Let's go. Misses wide outside, and now it's a 3rd and 8 here for the Ravens. I ain't forgot about you, Joe. I know one of these days, Joe, we got to catch up here. Probably after the playoffs and everything. I would love to go to the NFL Combine. I'd love to, if I could, either go to the Combine with people or go to the draft. Draft's going to be in Green Bay this year. It would be so amazing to go to the draft this year, but that's a little further away. Combine's only in, a month or two is what's wild. Allen getting pressure, going over the middle. They want a flag. No flag on the field. That was a bang play. Khalil Shakir and Brandon Stevens. Let's watch here on the replay. need a little bit. Yeah. It looks dramatic in the replay, but the ball was also so far ahead of him, it wouldn't have made the difference. I'm glad it's a no call as the Bills' Tyler Bass is out here to kick a field goal. 3 of 3 from last week, 15 of 20 on the season. This one, a 51-yard attempt from the right hash mark. And it's good. And Buffalo with their first points of the second half, 24-19 game. I know, Joe, it's got to be at the right time, though, because, like, it all depends on, like, what's going on. Of course, I've had more time recently, but with, like, my injury and everything, I've literally just been, like, laid up in the house. Like, this is, I'm officially, like, at 1 week of almost taking off from everything. And I'm finally, the reason I think I have a torn oblique instead of, like, a hernia is the lack of a bulge, like, one singular individual bulge, and then, that I've seen, I feel like a slight regression in the pain over this past week and discomfort. And of course, when I looked at like a grade 2 to grade 3 tear for an external oblique, it could be like 8-week long injury, especially if it's closer to the third level. But, and I fucked it up pretty bad, like definitely for sure. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. But, like, I know tomorrow the girlfriend's going to be off, so I'm just going to be spending all day with the girlfriend. You know, I should stream the national championship, but man, I have not paid enough attention. I'm really interested to see what's going to go on in the draft with the second-tier quarterbacks. So what I've been hearing from a lot of scouts is that there's Shador. I'm not Shador. Who's the other guy? Cam Ward is considered like the number 1 quarterback right now. Shador's considered number 2. But after that, they consider there to be like, that's the drop off to the next tier of quarterbacks, to tier 2. But like something they were talking about today is like, so last year after Bo Nix got picked, it was like a record amount of picks before the next cornerback was picked, basically. Or quarterback, sorry. So there was a huge separation in last year's draft class from tier 1 quarterbacks and tier 2 quarterbacks. This year, that difference between tier 1 and tier 2, they consider pretty minimal, honestly. And so I'm really interested to see where some of these tier 2 quarterbacks are going to go. Like the Ohio State guys, one of those guys. And of course, like the Steelers might be looking for quarterback. And, you know, of course, these guys be considered tier 2 could drop late first round, later second round even. And I'm looking at guys like the Steelers and some of these other teams. It makes me want to study them, even though they might go second round. I might put a little more film study into the tier 2 quarterbacks, basically. And Joe, I've seen a lot of takes on that Shador should not be considered in that first tier consideration, basically. I've seen a lot of scouts say Shador's not worth the first round pick. So I'm excited for the draft. I think this is going to be a almost like controversial level draft in a sense. You know what I mean? And look at Daniel Falele making some blocks on that Justice Hill. I'm interested to see who Cleveland drafts with, of course, Deshaun Watson having the second tear, basically, in his Achilles. Yeah, Joe, I've got to study Ward. I've only seen a little bit of Ward, and every time I've seen Cam Ward, he's usually got an amazing pocket to pass from. You know what I'm saying? So, setting up a little wide receiver screen to Sims there, and that's a gain of 4, maybe 5 yards. And Ben Sims, if I'm not mistaken, was one of those guys that shined in the preseason, and then the Ravens decided to not keep him and keep Deontay Hardy on the roster, which is just one of those ones watching Sims return, do special teams, have a catch there. It's like, what if Sims had been on the roster all season? Yeah, we'll have to talk about Ward once the offseason really gets in full swing. I'm trying not to do too much offseason planning yet. And direct snap to Henry, and that's going to be a 3rd and 1, maybe inches here after a 2nd and 7 run by Henry. But I actually have planned so far, the offseason plan takes. Your Seahawks are actually part of my offseason plan. I plan to cover the Giants, the Patriots, the Panthers, Niners, Packers, Broncos, Bears, Saints, Seahawks, Cowboys, and of course, the Baltimore Ravens. If you don't know, the offseason plan is where I put on my GM cap. We do cap work, trades, cuts, extensions, renegotiations, and we basically lay the groundwork for the draft. And this is going to be close. Looked like they stopped him first, but with second effort, he might have got the first down here. Bill's saying they stopped him. Ravens saying they got it. They're saying 4th and 1 here, so I'm guessing we're going to have a tush push from Mark Andrews here. And I think that's actually a good no call of it being short. And Andrews does have the first down. He clearly got way across that line by a yard or two. As the tight end, the push, as I like to call it now, gets the first down for the Ravens. David, you fucking with me, bro. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, David. 1st and 10. Likely the man in motion. Bills creeping up towards the line of scrimmage. Might be bringing a blitz from the right side. Oh my God. What just happened to my cast? It skipped out. My Paramount stream glitched out for a second. Jumped ahead and then jumped back again. It's like it wants to give me that good live image. And Justice Hill tackled for a loss, by the way, on the play. 9:05 left here in the 4th. 2nd and 11. Strong left for the Ravens. Likely Andrews right. Actually, I'm sorry. It's a strong right formation. I'm dumb. Little play action. Lamar getting pressured over the middle. Wide open is Andrews. He fumbled! Oh my God! Andrews had a huge first down and then just fumbles the ball going backwards, and Buffalo has the ball. No, Azo. Andrews had a huge first down catch, and then he tries to go backwards, and ball gets punched out. Bad ball security. Great play by Bernard. Terrell Bernard, the Buffalo Bill. Oh my God. Andrews just let that ball get punched out. Oh my God. Andrews. And the thing that kills me is Lamar will get blamed for it. After Lamar made a huge first down throw. That's the part that just kills me, is I just want Lamar to be able to silence the haters, man. All the people that talk shit about his playoffs. And anyone that talks shit about his playoff run just hasn't actually watched the playoffs for Lamar. Between the concussion, between the Chargers knowing our play calls because our offensive linemen's play sets. Ravens gonna have to create a turnover now after that, man. That's just such a gut punch, bro. Huge first down catch, and Andrews with terrible ball security trying to make a move. And just gets it straight punch. Not even like it was 3 guys trying to get it. That was 1 guy with a great punch. But I mean, if you're teaching though, that's great tape to show your young guys. Like, great tape to show your young guys. Can't be mad about that in that sense. No reason to stress yet. No reason to stress. Let's see. They were up by 2. They kicked it. Ravens just have to limit them to a field goal here is all it is. It's because they're up by 5. If they kick a field goal, it's an 8-point game. Ravens just have to limit to a field goal here. Dang, like they said, Mark Andrews had not lost a fumble in a game since 2019. That was, by the way, I think Lamar's first playoff year against the Chargers. First and 10 here. Looks like the wind's at Allen's back. Helps them in the field goal case. Across the middle. Oh, that's a huge play as Malik Harrison looks like he got lost. Matched up against Mac Hollins. That's a wide receiver against a linebacker. And that's all day. All day. And that's a busted coverage by Baltimore. Someone is neither not in their zone or Malik didn't get there. That's bad defensive integrity by the Ravens. 8:04. Bills are on the Ravens side of the field, almost in field goal range already. 7:55 on the clock. Handoff going off right guard, and that's a gain of maybe 2. We've got a flag on the play. This might be a holding call based upon where it was thrown. But let's see what the call is. Bills are pointing towards the Ravens. And it is illegal hands to the face. Oh, I know, Azo, man. I feel you on that, my guy. And that's the correct call. That is gotta love that backline judge who's staring at it didn't throw the flag. Who's staring directly at it, too. It was the sideline judge throwing it. 7:42. 0-0. They're calling Roquan's number right now. Let's see if they're keen on him. Quick screen or slant and quick gain there as Tre'Davious White on Keon Coleman. So that was RPO, run or pass option with the slant built in, and they saw the slant open because Roquan opened up to the opposite side of the field of the slant. And, of course, Tre'Davious, I think, was on outside leverage on the coverage. I mean, that's just great football acumen by Josh Allen right now. I heard someone talking about don't let him cross your face, so this is going to be a run. Oh, it's not. It's a roll right pass. And Ty Johnson's got the first down out of bounds on the right side. And Roquan is yelling at somebody. I think a Darius Washington. I think somebody was supposed to be over there and they weren't. Roquan, though, clearly upset at one of his teammates after the play. Might have been whoever crashed in at Josh Allen and left their zone coverage. Raven fans in the stadium look on as they know they need to make a stop here soon. Trips left. They're going screen that way. Oh, and great tackle by Kyle Hamilton. Maybe a yard on the play. As there's a Raven, I think, down on the play as a Bills player standing over him. Ref ran over. And that's Marlon Humphrey who's down for the Ravens. And he got trucked. Mac Hollins trucked him. And then Hollins looked like he might have shoved him in the face there at the end. Or he knew he was hurt. He was just trying to get off him. It's kind of hard to tell as another Raven ran in. But Hollins absolutely pancaked Marlon Humphrey. Let's not get it twisted. I hope Marlon's okay, though. Marlon might have got pancaked because he had an injury, like a knee thing, and then he went down. Ravens could really use a turnover here, but definitely need a stop as time's slowly ticking down with like about 6 minutes left. Terradome says, I love Joe Brady's play design to beat man coverage. Hope Kyle is watching. He has had some great play calls. But honestly, also, you got to give credit to Josh Allen. He's made some great adjustments. I've nonstop heard him making calls on where the Ravens are lining up. We've heard him call 40 earlier, calling Malik on the run. We heard him calling 0 on that play call, basically, where they went on the slant with the run option, or basically RPO. Not only is Joe Brady calling a great game right now, Josh Allen is out there executing the game plan, man, making great adjustments and audibles. We've seen a few hiccups at one point, but the Bills definitely got those problems fixed after the halftime, I feel like. Like case point where the entire Bills line went block right and Allen was not rolling right. Like, oh, excuse me. You know what's funny? I thought about going to the Pro Bowl. The cheap tickets to the Pro Bowl right now are $25. But I don't want to be able to go to the Pro Bowl unless I can like kind of have fun with all like the stuff, the events they have, you know. And Marlon's going into the blue tent for the Ravens. That's a big shot for the Ravens if Marlon's not out there. 5:50 left here in the fourth quarter as the Bills are in the red zone here on the 20-yard line. This looks like a run play going right. Holland's motioning that way. Allen pointing that way. I feel like, he keeps pointing that way. I feel like they're giving and it's a run play going that way. And Cook with some strong running. Should have been a gain of 1 or 2. Ends up being a gain of 9. What a run by Cook on the play. And they're going to go QB sneak here to get the first down. And they're saying first down. Refs come and make sure to separate the Bills and the Ravens. 4:50 and ticking as Allen motions for a first down here. Bills are hitting their helmets, getting psyched up here. They can taste it. They know if they're able to score here, they could almost put this game away. Of course, Joe Brady, by the way, Terradome, in a lot of interview candidates for head coaching jobs, and I could definitely understand why. First and goal for the Bills. Handoff up the middle, Cook, and that's maybe 2 yards. Timeout by the Ravens. Trying to preserve some time. And like Tony Romo was saying, it's not Lamar. They've been moving the ball all game because of Lamar and great passing, but a bad snap that led to a Lamar fumble. Another fumble by Andrews. And of course, the one bad interception by Lamar early in the game. And I just hate, I already know the narrative that's going to get called, and I feel like it's a race-baited narrative more than anything, but it's either race-related or people that just didn't watch the playoffs and Lamar and, like, know the football game, but whatever. 4:20, let's get it going here. The Ravens ain't done yet. Josh Allen going to keep it, and he's down at what looks like the 2-yard line. And 3rd and goal here from the 2 now. As Allen just a little quarterback power here. And Baltimore going to use another timeout to try to stop the clock. And this must be analytics talking to John Harbaugh about stopping the clock. And they correctly marked it at 2 yards where I said it should have been down. They're apparently saying that it should have been closer, but I disagree. And Mark Andrews knows, man. He's so... You can see him shaking his head on the sideline. He knows he kind of cost us right there. The Ravens were driving. We'd finally fixed the turnover problem after the first half. And Andrews with just bad ball security. Allen's going to keep it, and he's not going to get there. He was thinking about trying to toss that ball out. And 4th and goal here. Let's see, are they going to kick the field goal? It would make it an 8-point game. I feel like it's the smart thing to do here. But Allen's standing on the field here. And Sean McDermott talking to the Buffalo's going to take a timeout to talk this over, apparently. And I get him. They kick the field goal. It's a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. But of course, if they're able to score the touchdown, but Baltimore's been able to move the ball here throughout the game. And if they turn this ball over, Baltimore will have so much time left to go score that there will not probably be enough time for Buffalo to score. This is the game, ladies and gentlemen. They either kick the field goal and hope Baltimore can't score to force overtime, or they go for it to win the game right here on 4th and goal. This is everything, guys. Everything. I don't know how I feel about it. Azo says that he hopes they go for it. And I think field goal team's running out here. Tyler Bass. Be very wary of a fake, man. Be wary of the fake here. Even if they don't get it, they only give up 2 yards. But they have everything to gain. Be super wary of the fake here. Oh my God. Tyler Bass with a 21-yard attempt to make it an 8-point game. And dead down the middle. And with that, it's 19-27. Baltimore down by 8 with 3:29 and 1 timeout left. Andrew looks like he's getting in the right mind space to go make this final play he needs to make. This game might be headed to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get wild. Azo, if they were smart, they would have tried to get us to jump. See, Azo makes a great point. What they should have done, instead of taking the timeout, is ran out there. Quickly say, hey, fake. Run out there like Azo said. Actually, since it's 4th and goal, I don't even technically. But it would get you half the distance to the goal, which would get you on the 1-yard line, which would make quarterback power push more viable. I still agree with you, Azo, on it, and usually that is the correct play. And the thing is this, guys, I still, it might sound crazy even though the Ravens are down. I still have faith. I'm not out of this game. I watched the Ravens in the divisional round 12 years ago go to double overtime against Peyton Manning and the Broncos with Jacoby Jones and the Mile High Miracle. That was 12 years ago on our last Super Bowl run, and 12 years ago before that, Trent Dilfer went and won the Super Bowl. Again, if Mark Andrews had not fumbled that ball, Baltimore would have scored, and we'd be in a whole different situation right now. At least I think they would have scored based upon how they were moving the ball at that point. So again, gotta hold on to the ball. If you're a receiver or running back, 2 hands on the football at all times. Fuck a stiff arm. 2 hands on the ball at all times. Coaching adjustment Madden-wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, And with that, actually, I'm going to close the betting now. We've got half the bets on the Ravens, half the bets on the Bills. 3-3 all tied up betting-wise. Like I said, I watched the Ravens go to double overtime against the Broncos 12 years ago. It was the most magical playoff run I've ever had. It was the first real ever, I feel like, playoff run that I spent watching with friends. Which is funny. Azo actually knows said people. Like, it's turnovers, John Jay. Like Tony Romo was saying just a moment ago, if Mark Andrews hadn't fumbled that ball, Baltimore more than likely would be ahead right now. The turnovers, man, the turnovers. Like Azo said, self-mutilation. Suffocation, no breathing. Fumbled on my own 20 and I suck. Sorry. And especially that last turnover was unexcusable by Mark Andrews here. And, they tried to tell Keaton Mitchell not to return. He's going to return it anyway. And he's past the 30, so good decision to return. He's down at the 33, maybe 34-yard line. Decent position for the Ravens, and we've got a flag on the play. This is probably going to be against the Ravens, so back that return up. And that's against Chris Board, the linebacker by the Ravens. What I would love to be Chris Board. Chris Board's another one of those guys that's bounced around, basically signed off the couch, more to play special teams for the Ravens. I would give up everything, man, just about other than my girlfriend, to play 3 years in the NFL, even on special teams, on a veteran minimum contract. But Terradome says, stage set for the MVP, just air. There ain't nothing but air and opportunity between us and I. Done took all the air, so what's up? I love Terradome. I love that reference, Terradome, by the way. That's fucking beautiful. Trips left. Mark Andrews, interesting, the only guy right. Lamar staring it down left, going deep down the left sideline, and he overthrew likely on the play. 2nd and 10. And he's smiling, looking at somebody, saying, I got it. And likely had a good half step on the corner. And Taron Johnson is now shaken up and down on the sideline. That is bad news for the Bills. That is their starting nickelback, and who is not there for week 4 against the Ravens win. That would be huge if the Bills don't get him back. And he tried to dive it likely at the very end of that play. Oh, that's his left arm. He definitely probably dislocated that shoulder or extended it as he's going down. Just that left arm hits the ground first, and then he rolls up on it. That's either dislocation or a stinger on Taron Johnson, no doubt about it. Like they're saying, the rotary cuff area of his left arm, and they're going to go to a injury commercial timeout. That's clear, though. So Taron Johnson, like I said, Isaiah Likely, that's so impressive. That is a 6'4", 240-pound tight end beating a starting nickel cornerback, and a great one at that, on basically a go route, little fade route there, and had the half step on him, just needed one to be floated in there. Like, man, like that ball from Jaden Daniels in the corner of the end zone yesterday. Jaden Daniels made some of the most beautiful throws I've seen since like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, honestly, yesterday. Special shout out to Jaden Daniels, who guys like me and Kenny talked about, me and Kenny talked about it before the draft, after the draft. Jaden Daniels was clear QB1 in this draft. It wasn't even close. Like, I like Elsbeth. That woman's smart. Yeah. And are we back? Taron Johnson, yep. I'm guessing it was dislocated. They're putting pressure here on his arms, making sure he's okay. They probably popped that shoulder back into place. He's probably okay. Or just, like I said, a stinger potentially, where, again, they got Lamar making an adjustment at the line, 2nd and 10. Lamar buying time, rolling out. He's got some space. He's probably going to run with it. He does. And pushed out of bounds. Looks like might have been just short of the first down. Might have got it. I hope he got it. We would need a fresh set. And that's a fresh set of downs for Baltimore. 3:10 and ticking. And the Bills on the sideline are trying to pep the fans up, get them loud right now. They're pacing and waving their arms vertically. Oh, it's actually 3rd and 2. I really thought they gave the Ravens a first down. I must be that behind with the play cast, honestly. Lamar looking left, going over the middle, got Justice Hill, and that's a first down for the Ravens. I hate that I'm like an entire play behind the game cast. I'm not going to lie, guys. I am turning the game cast off. I'm sorry if you've been paying attention to the game cast, but it's like going to be such a spoiler at this point that Lamar got a man short. That's Bateman. And, Bateman looks like he got hurt on the play. Hit to the head. And Russo with a hit on Bateman to the back of the head. And Bateman, I think, is definitely concussed right now. And that might hurt the Ravens. Down Bateman, down Zay Flowers now, 2nd and 7. And Teron waving that arm. Let's see here. Yeah, he makes the first man miss, and I don't know if it was a head hit. Bateman's still down, though, getting helped up now. And I'm sure Bateman's going to get evaluated by the professionals on the sideline here. 2:34, no timeout since it's before the 2-minute warning. So Baltimore gets a little lucky with that. Bateman now with 66 yards on the day. Having a great day. And Aguilar, Wallace, 2 tight end set out there. Justice Hill the back, 2nd and 7. Trips right, likely in the slot. I should technically say he's the F while Aguilar's the Y. Wallace the Z in motion. Lamar going to roll out right. Throws back across his body. Tylan Wallace, big catching across the 50-yard line down at what looks like the 45 of the Bills. And there's the 2-minute warning as the Ravens move into scoring position here. And Tylan Wallace on a crossing route sees his quarterback in trouble, breaks off, jerks it back to the opposite side of the field where Lamar throws a cross-body throw to him for a huge first down. What a play by the Ravens. Truckman says, I see the Ravens send this to overtime and win. Man, that's what I'm saying. Truckman, you're a Ravens fan. You know 12 years ago in that Super Bowl run, the Ravens took it to double OT against the Broncos and won. I got faith in the Ravens. I said before the draft, I said before the offseason even started, if you followed me, if you knew me, if you on my other social medias, I told Raven fans, relax. This roster, barring the draft, barring free agency, does have the potential to be better than that 23 Super Bowl team. I still believe that. Now, Bateman and Flowers are big parts of that, and hopefully Bateman will be back here in a minute, but that's rough, man. Pusha says, we did not need the 2-point conversion attempt early in the game. I mean, if we had hit it, it'd be a whole different story right now. It'd be a tie football game. But then again, that might influence them to go for it on 4th down instead of kicking the field goal. Either way, I got faith. Harbaugh came out with a great level of confidence in the second half in our game plan. And I agree. Like Tony Romo said already in this broadcast, if Mark Andrews had not fumbled on that last drive by the Ravens after he caught that big pass, this would be a completely different ball game right now. And I truly agree with that statement. Ravens got to give me a heart attack. If the Ravens aren't giving me a heart attack, they're not going to the Super Bowl. And they've given me quite a bit of heart attacks this year. And they're giving me one right now. So yeah, like Pusher said, Baltimore has to score, and we have to get the 2-point conversion to tie this game. Azo says he got no fingernails left to chew on at this point. But Baltimore's in a good position. We're on the Bills side of the field with 2 minutes left and a single timeout left. That's great position to be in. That's plenty of time to score. The timeout's great. And what kills me is truck man pushes. What's going to kill me is if the Baltimore Ravens do lose, I already know the narrative they're going to be talking about. And that one fumble by Lamar is not really Lamar's fault, but it isn't. It's a 50-50. Lamar looking over the middle, good pocket, great pocket, buying time, finds the outlet to Justice Hill, good stiff arm by Hill and out of bounds, but not till after about a 5-yard gain. 152, and that's going to stop the clock, which is great for the Ravens. And that's what it seems like, Pusha. It's always at those clutch moments, the Ravens end up killing themselves in these past years. So I hope that maybe we can fix that. I've got some big thoughts about the Ravens after this season, but we'll see. I hope we come away with the Super Bowl. And Bill's showing pressure. Let's see if they bring it. Aguilar, the man in motion. Little hard count by Lamar. Great pocket for Lamar all day. Going deep on the right side. That's Andrews. And get out of bounds, Andrews. Out of bounds just before the 20-yard line. And with 1:54, Baltimore's knocking on the red zone. And look at that. Double tight end, stack formation. Andrews and Likely. Andrews, of course, on that deep crosser that he became famous on. And just gets out of bounds, which is a great decision. Like Terry Dome says, that blitz pickup by the Ravens was absolutely fantastic on the right side of the formation. Andrews not going to redeem himself until he gets a touchdown for me and wins the game, basically. 1:44, ball officially on the 24-yard line. Ravens strong left trips. Isaiah Likely, the man in motion. Lamar looking that way, got all day. Bills are not going to pressure him. Buying time, still got time. Going over the middle, he's got him in! And that's Likely for a touchdown! They might have left too much time on the clock, but with that, Isaiah Likely has the potential game-tying touchdown. And they said, Lamar, beat us with your arms. Lamar says, bet, bitch, bet. And of course, Baltimore going to go for the 2-point conversion here. 1:33, Baltimore with one timeout. Henry in there. Offensive line doesn't look like they know what's going on. Andrews just signaled the sideline like, what's going on? Likely in motion. I expect this to be a quarterback option. It might be going right. I think Buffalo thinks so too. It's quarterback option. Passes there. Andrews dropped it! No! Andrews had the 2-point conversion and dropped it. And like I said, Andrews is not going to get my redemption until he ties this game. And Andrews drops a clutch game-tying 2-point conversion that literally falls into his lap. Lamar couldn't give him a better ball. And Andrews just drops it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Baltimore now has to make a stop using their timeout in this game to stay alive. They've got to recover an onside kick here. And the conversion rate is 5%. Oh my God. And again, it kills me because I know people are going to come in here and be like, Lamar Jackson did, cost the Ravens the playoffs. And it's like, no, Lamar did almost, other than that one interception early in the game, he did everything right. He played such a great game. And like Truckman Pusha says, we should have ran it. They knew the run was going right, though. We should have run behind Ronnie Stanley and Patrick McCary is what we should have done, to be honest with you. We should have faked that shit right, or we should have gone toss. Why didn't we toss? And here comes the onside kick with 1:33 left. This is everything for Baltimore. And they've got it. Buffalo's got it. And I think that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Even with Baltimore's timeout, I don't think there's enough time. That hurts, man. That hurts. I don't like the kick attempt. I know they're praising it. I don't like it. It's cold. You should have beamed that ball into the front guy's chest. It's cold. It's hard to catch the ball. They should have beamed that ball into the front of somebody's chest, bro. And they run it. And oh no, the Ravens gave up the first down to Ty Johnson, who slides. And that's ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Game, set, match, as John Jay said. He says he feels the pain. I know, man. That's a rough one here. The turnovers end up killing the Baltimore Ravens. That's it. Then giving up that run solidifies it. It'll be Casey. And if you don't know what's super funny about this is Chimera. Chimera's here. I love Chimera's here now. Chimera, you remember me telling you earlier this year, I feel like Lamar wins the MVP, but I feel like the script says this is Josh Allen's year to win the Super Bowl. Chimera, you're testament to that. I told you earlier in the year that was my prediction, as much as it killed me, and I feel like we're watching it come to fruition. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs can keep up with this Buffalo Bills offense. I really hope they can't. And with that knee, ladies and gentlemen, ball game, Buffalo. Congratulations to the Buffalo Bills, by the way. They absolutely deserve that win. And again, get own kids saying Lamar's the Black Dan Marino. He'll never win a ring. I don't agree with that, but, you know, got to respect the super chat coming in here, dropping the $10 basically. Don't want him to feel like he's not heard, you know. So, Allen's versus Mahomes and the refs, as Terradome says. Absolutely agree, Terradome. You know, there were some bad penalties in this game, but the penalties did not decide the game here. What truly decided the game, I hate to be that person, was Mark Andrews. I have been so critical for years, if you've watched this stream, that Mark Andrews bobbles and double catches. And while it works out sometimes, it would cost the Ravens. And here we are in the divisional playoff, and it cost the Ravens. Mark Andrews with a critical fumble. Mark Andrews with a critical drop. I'm going to be honest. After this season, after that game, Mark Andrews for a first-round pick, anybody? It happens, man. I appreciate you, David. It truly happens. Congratulations to Chimera, my moderator here on the channel. Like he said, the season truly begins now for the Bills as they go on to take the Kansas City Chiefs over in Arrowhead Stadium. Chimera, you better not fail us, bro. You better not, bro. That's all I got to say. Chimera, if you fail us against the Chiefs, I will never forgive your Buffalo Bills. That's all I had to say. I wish you the best. I've joked all season that it's just the way the NFL writers have been trying to hype up Josh Allen, that he was going to win it all this year, that it was his year. It's kind of... How about that Buffalo Bills defense, as they did not stop the 2-point conversion, bro? They weren't good enough to compete. They weren't. Oh, my God. Josh Allen, you're saying all the wrong things right now, bro. Saying all the right things right now, or wrong things. Chimera says the holy light of Josh Allen will shine on the NFL. And you could almost say this, in this era, Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes is the Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning of this era. I feel like that's a very fair comparison. At this point, Lamar Jackson's kind of looking more like Phillip Rivers. Has good games. He either has a great game and his team absolutely fails him, or he has the bad turnover game. You know what I'm saying? Steve-O says Andrew's the man. I ain't gonna lie. I had the whispers in the back of my brain all season. If I'm gonna put on the GM cap that takes away feelings, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, I extend Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar, and I trade Mark Andrews in this offseason, and I gain very valuable draft capital to go on this next Super Bowl run. Betting is not open. It is closed, so let me pick the winner here. The winner is the Bills. 50% of the bets, and the betting is completing, so points should have been given out to all those that voted on the Bills, by the way. Do I think I'll stream the AFC Championship? I'll think about it, Chimera. I'll think about it just for you, bro. I'll think about streaming the AFC Championship game, maybe the NFC Championship game. Terrell Bernard, who is not there for the Week 4 Championship, coming up with one of the most clutch plays of the game, by the way, stripping Mark Andrews. David says, I'll kick Geno Smith off the couch for you, Levi. I'm excited. At least now I can start focusing on my off-season content. Heartbreaker in Orchard Stadium for Baltimore Raven fans, but it's wild, man. If I do, absolutely, Chimera. Absolutely. You have Discord, so we can figure it out via Discord, basically. Not too long after the NFL season's done, I'm probably going to end Jackbox for the season, but I'll probably continue Jackbox at least for the next 3 weeks. Basically, the championship games, or conference championship, Pro Bowl, and then Super Bowl, basically. But yeah, absolutely, Chimera. Congrats again, Chimera. Y'all absolutely deserve it. I hope Joe Brady doesn't leave y'all in the offseason, but it might happen. It might happen. Wasn't a 1-point game, but it was a 2-point game. And Ravens missing 2 2-point conversions. Choosing not to run. Bad play calls on some of them. Defense had some issues in the first half. And again, Linderbaum having some issues in the first half, getting pushed back. We had the trip on Lamar that cost him 5 yards. We had the bad snap, which eventually led to the fumble by Lamar. Rough. Am I doing a post show? I was thinking about it, but I haven't eaten dinner yet. I'm starving. I've got chips and queso from Moe's I've been waiting to eat. I probably won't do much of a post game just because, we had to do some overnights Friday and Saturday night. So we've been working a lot, didn't get a lot of sleep. And, the girlfriend is, off tomorrow and tonight. So we're probably going to drink, have some fun, and just play some games together. You know what's funny? Maybe, just maybe, I'll stream Azo. If I stream TFT, would you come hang out? I'm thinking about, me and my girlfriend are probably about to play some TFT or Teamfight Tactics. Maybe I'll stream some Teamfight Tactics and talk about football. We'll see actually about it. I might actually. Chimera says, if Joe Brady leaves us, I'll start sobbing. I feel you. It was funny, Chimera. I have so many funny clips, actually, of Josh Allen. Chimera, dude, I got nothing but love for Josh Allen in my heart. I think he's a gorgeous man. He plays great football. He's great. Got a great personality. I've actually got Chimera a lot of clips. Chimera, if you can come in Friday night before we start Jackbox Gaming, at 9 o'clock or so, between 9 and 9:30, I might have clips and stuff that I like to show and just talk with guys and, show funny clips. And I have so many funny clips from Josh Allen this week, where they were just showing him being a goofball. And it's one of those ones And there's that double clutch catch by Mark Andrews that I used to criticize him so much for. And this time it didn't work out. Azo said, yeah, sure, man. I'm just playing. Hey, Lego Fortnite's actually fun. I've been meaning to play that with my girlfriend. I need a new drill to mount my TV on this wall to my left. I mounted my girlfriend's TV and got her Switch hooked up to it. I just need to hook my TV up over here to my left really badly. But I actually need the way the walls designed and the studs and the spacing behind them. I need like literally an eighth of an inch bigger to get my what are they damn called? But basically these clips that I put into the metal studs behind them that then like clip onto it in a sense. But all right, with that, guys, I might be back playing some team fight tactics later tonight. We'll see about it. If I do, tune back in, maybe talk a little bit of football, and just hang out, but it'll be fun. Congratulations to the Buffalo Bills. They played a great game. John Harbaugh, I don't know if you did enough, in my opinion. Zach Orr does deserve a second season. I really hate that Dean Pease had to bail him out of it. But Terradome, if you do want to talk more about it, we're going to be doing Jackbox Friday at 9 p.m. I know you might have stuff going on. I know you work usually, I think, as well. So, but if not, dude, tune in on, of course, we also got Corey Davis' show on Wednesday. We'll be there on Wednesday for that show as well. So Wednesday or Friday, we'll probably decompress and talk about the playoff loss a little more. But, I mean, just, you could basically say almost any one of these turnovers. The interception by Lamar could have been the changing point of this game. The bad snap followed by the fumble could have been the changing point for this game. Mark Andrews fumbling could have been the changing point for this game. Mark Andrews not catching the 2-point conversion that Lamar gifted him could have been the changing point of this game. It's rough. Hopefully, like, Lamar doesn't get criticized as much, but I know he's going to get criticized so hard, just already based off the graphics the NFL and CBS were showing before the game. They want to promote him like Donovan McNabb is, I feel like, what they want to promote. And again, Isaiah likely seems like he deserves the starting job at this point, in my opinion. And Lamar was definitely a set of Andrews on that play. I just one of those ones. I think Andrews, if I'm the Baltimore Ravens, I leverage Mark Andrews as trade bait this season. If I could get a second round pick for a team like from the Broncos for Mark Andrews, I'd be ecstatic because I like Isaiah Likely. Kolar has showed me great flashes. Go ahead and draft another tight end, like fourth round or later to develop on the roster and just let it go, basically. I hate this person. I'm going to look up one more thing over the cap-wise. Interactive cap calculator, Baltimore Ravens. Mark Andrews is the fourth highest cap hit on the team. If the Baltimore Ravens were to trade him, it would free up $11 million in cap space. Mark Andrews under contract for next year as well with about the same amount of cap hit. I would take that $11 million and spend it elsewhere. I'm not going to lie. And get draft capital out of it. I'd be ecstatic about it. Baltimore doesn't have a terrible amount of free agents that they have to address either. And, man, God, Baltimore has potential to have a great roster next year if they trade Andrews, in my opinion. Meza said, gets MVP twice and they hate. I agree, my boy. I agree. And exactly, so they've always had a storyline about Lamar since he even came into the league. Lamar's done everything in his power to disprove that. Mark Andrews absolutely choked this playoff game away. I hate to put this on one player more than anybody, but Mark choked this playoff game. Mark had a horrible forced fumble. Mark dropped a easy 2-point conversion that would have tied this game with less than 2 minutes left. And Mark has been a no factor this season. Of course, he's been blocking a bunch more, but I feel like Isaiah likely would have thrived more because Mark Andrews is a long strider, deep cross, big, strong power guy after the catch, while Isaiah likely is a smaller, shiftier guy after the catch. And of course, who would you rather have on a short throw? You want the guy that can create quick acceleration, and that's likely not Andrews. So I know it might be an unpopular opinion, but I would really like to offload Andrews. And I think some team would be ecstatic to trade for Mark Andrews for a second-round pick and get him back into like a full healthy Mark Andrews after a full season underneath his belt. But great play by Terrell Bernard to get that forced fumble recovery. It really changed the game and truly led to the Buffalo Bills win here. But with that, guys, I'm going to go hang out with the girlfriend, get some snuggles, get some love and eat some chips and queso with her and play some games. I might be live back here in a little bit streaming my games, but we'll see about it. I'm not 100% sure about it. Message me on Discord, Azo. We'll talk about this and a bunch of other stuff, my boy. With that, guys, it's been fun. Good luck to the Buffalo Bills. It's on you to beat the Kansas City Chiefs now. If you don't beat the Chiefs, Buffalo, I will never, ever forgive you, man. And welcome in, Grandizer. Sorry for the loss, man, but I know, man, it's always like this. It's always in those games the Ravens play sloppy football. And I hate to be that person. I slightly put that on the head coach. Bill Belichick did not let his teams play that type of football. And very rarely did even Mike Tomlin let his teams play that type of football. But we'll see about it. Again, good luck to the Bills. Great victory for the Bills. Ravens, God, come on, man. You got one more year before Lamar Jackson's cap number hits, and we've got to restructure his deal a little bit. Broke my heart, man. And like under the CarCast coming and said, Mark Andrews counts. You know what's funny is under the helmet with Isaiah likely breaking out last year, I had those thoughts like, man, this might be the season where you capitalize and trade Mark Andrews for potentially a first-round pick. But you probably couldn't do it, and there was no sense to do it because you didn't need cap space. You didn't need the draft capital. There was no reason to. But I feel like now you go trade Andrews, get a second-round pick, and go invest another first-round pick in a wide receiver, bro. Go get a number one wide receiver and load up the wide receivers for Lamar, basically. And use likely transition away from the two tight end offense that's a little too predictable. Use some better wide receivers to block. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, we'll be doing the offseason plan for the Ravens, where, of course, we will analyze that route and see if it's truly the route to go. It might be a little too early, but I love Josh Allen, Grandizer. But you know what's funny, Grandizer, is I said earlier in the season, I was talking to Chimera. We were talking about MVP, and I said, I don't know, dude. I just feel like the way the writers are talking about Josh Allen and everything going on, I feel like this is going to be Josh Allen's year as much as it kills me. And you can go back and actually watch a couple of my lives. I've said that live. It's on the record as we watch this unfold, but we'll see. They've still got 2 more games to go before that can happen. Azo said, I was mad when Andrews came back after Likely showed up during his injury. I know, that's what I'm saying, dude. I've always liked Likely. I thought he was great, man. Breaks my heart. Likely would have made that catch. Isaiah Likely would have made that catch. I guarantee it. Likely would have made that catch. I've been critical for years, and you can go back and watch my live streams before Mark Andrews got injured. My critique about Andrews was, yes, he would catch the ball, but it was always this, a double clutch catch, meaning he would catch it, but not really. The ball would be up in the air, and he would catch it again. which actually led to some incompletions and dropped catches. And I said, it's great when he gets the separation and no one hits him. But when someone hits him, it's a 50-50. But then Mark would come back and make that Madden spectacular catch that makes you believe in him. But Andrews didn't make any of those catches this year. Andrews looked like he lacked a separation this year. Andrews dropped critical catches this year. And of course, it's going to take him a year to truly get back his speed and be back to full swing. But I feel like the cap room that'll be available to the Ravens, and they won't need to create cap room, but if they're looking to sign a bigger free agent, they'll have to make a move like that. And like Hazel said, I can't root for KC the way the refs have favored them all year. But man, I wanted them. I said all year I thought the Bills were the bigger challenge than the Chiefs, and came to fruition. But all right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Great game, Bills. It's on you to beat the Chiefs. Look forward. We've still got the Corey Davis shows we'll be doing on Wednesday. We've got Jackbox on Fridays. And, of course, we've got 11 different teams planned for the off-season plan this year. Look forward to it. It'll be coming out soon, especially since the Ravens aren't in the playoffs anymore. That will only expedite the process, in my opinion. So if I mentioned one of your 11 teams early, make sure you tune back in for it. With that, guys, D-Rave out.